With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 90 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shaz's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once ticked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. He's snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if actually fun his child can't see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before lunching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and fatty wife and all his strife of forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. She's nearly over and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not light. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Sunday the 25th of February 2024. Phil is concerned because his chat is fucking dead. I posted a message or two here, 6:55 PM, this is my time, obviously timestamps are for me. Yeah, and like 2 minutes later, like it was too quiet, so Phil said good morning again, and one person said hi, and then nothing happened for a couple more minutes. Nightbot spammed 3 times in a row, and then Phil's like, why is it so quiet today? Maybe because nobody gives a fuck, Phil. Maybe because, you know, maybe because you bumped up the prices for your members react shit or something. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, Phil, the worst thing you can do, Phil, is draw attention to it. The absolute worst thing a streamer can do if they're particularly concerned about a particular aspect of their stream is draw attention to that concerning aspect of their stream. It's like, so yeah, Phil's just also worried it was so quiet today, so he's routed that message. Why is it so quiet today? Hey, minions! Hey, paid fucking deadheads that fucking I demand money from so I can watch your shitey fucking content and criticise it every fucking week. Make sure you say something in the chat so I know the chat is still working. And lo and behold, Phil asked and he has received. Look at that shit, hell yes. He's happy now because fucking 4 people fucking responded. What in the fuck? What a strange fucking person. So yeah guys, hope you've had a good weekend, hope you've had an enjoyable weekend so far. This is also, you know, the tail end of the weekend, and yeah, couple of things to go over. First of all, update from WWE Champions from yesterday's stream. After Phil's Baldur's Gate free stream on Saturday, within an hour and a half, he had spent at least $449 on WWE Champions. That is, of course, if he got that Bray Wyatt. If I didn't get a Bray Wyatt, it's $749. But yeah, big up to TG Inbox for tracking the metrics as usual on Phil's massive whaling spending habits on WWE Champions. And afterwards, the night stream happened for Phil when Phil played Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. $5. $5 fucking dollars. And yeah, as again, it kind of ties into the thing of if you're not actually concerned about it, don't address it. If you address it, it shows you it's on your fucking mind. And this is from Phil's Daily Crap. This is a segment from Phil's Daily Crap. This is what he had to say about it last night.
And that's really all I have to say about today. Because some people probably are expecting me to say, oh, well, Phil, don't you have to comment about the fact that there was literally next to no support on your late stream tonight? No, I don't. I have nothing to say about it. I had a great time on the stream. I'm hoping it doesn't become a pattern, but at the same time, it was a fine stream. I had a great time with my audience. We all enjoyed. It wasn't even a thing to really talk about because we were having such fun with the game. I don't care. Okay?
If you don't fucking care, then why the fuck do you feel the need to bring it up? And this is not like prompted by a viewer. This is not some sort of bait question from a troll. This is on his Daily Crap, which has no chat, which has no interactivity. This is Phil just, you know, riffing on how his day was and what's going through his fucking head as he's fucking preparing to film his last thing of the day before he fucks off from his little office. And yeah, he himself felt the need to bring it up and mention it, even though nobody asked him to. And yeah, I have a feeling that Phil is going to bring up again today. Today's centre square will be ticked if Phil mentions the next stream only getting $5. He will obviously talk about what he did yesterday. He will mention the stream, but if he mentions that he only got $5 in support, that is when we can tick off the centre square. But remember though, he doesn't care, but he will certainly absolutely bring it up so his chat are aware that he's just stating facts and all that jazz. Oh Jesus, it's just mainly Phil talking in this fucking chat. A random game, blah blah blah. Saying that Tekken sadly hasn't caught on like Street Fighter 6 did. I mean, people like Tekken in general. People are playing Tekken. I mean, it's a popular game for people to play. It's just people don't like to watch you play the fucking game on your channel, Phil. It's as simple as that. And what's he saying now? Street Fighter 6 had tons of people come out to watch both live and on demand. After the fact, Tekken doesn't get much of an audience sadly, and I don't really know why, because it's a superb game in my opinion. And I'm getting better and better at it. BRB, a restroom, and then we'll begin. But even though I said BRB, he still typed a big fucking message about something. What did he say here? What was he responding to? Walk Warrior, perhaps? I think your history and knowledge of Street Fighter makes the streams more meaningful, to be honest. It may have been them that fellas responded to by saying not true. They're played about the same, and LAD is meant to be the chill stream. Like a dragon? So who's he responding to then? Who is he responding to here about this message? Oh, maybe Jimmy John. Jimmy John said, I mean no one is showing up or supporting Like a Dragon, and it gets played more than Tekken. That's who he's responding to. And Phil responds, not true, they're played about the same, and Like a Dragon is meant to be the chill stream, it doesn't get much support, it fits a spot in the variety lineup properly. So there you go, that's Phil debunking somebody in his chat already. Anyway, Phil's apparently going to go to the restroom and then he's going to go live. I guess will give us some time to actually get the bingo board all set up. And yeah, we need a bingo board and we need a number. One of you bastards give me a number. First number in chat I see will be what we use for today's bingo. The first number I saw was 42. Calling this with the 42. So yeah, here we go. Just give me a second here. Let me randomise the bingo background as well, the image. And then type in 42 in the randomizer to generate our card for today. And here we go, this is a bingo card we have for today's bingo fun and or games. We have Phil to say honest. That being said, shout out to That Being Said, by the way. If you didn't catch it earlier on, Shinko, Fleur and Agent Proper were chilling with that ancient motherfucker alt on That Being Said. I caught some of the shows earlier on, and it's good to see them on the show and having a good time. The bit I caught was them reacting to the bully clip from, you know, Phil trying to figure out where countries are in Europe. It's a classic, but yeah. So yeah, big ups to those two, you know what I mean. I enjoy some of the show that I was able to catch earlier on. So yeah, That Being Said on the board as well. Support, positive, and Phil giving the good old prayer hands. Then we have Phil to say fun, wow, tired, reality, and him giving somebody a good old leaning ban. The third row is Phil saying okay, him doing some scat talk, him mentioning how the stream last night got $5, him saying engagement, and him chewing some water. The fourth row is Phil pointing at text on the screen, him making a weird noise, him making at least $30+ in tips, him burping, and him saying percent. And the fifth and final row is Phil saying literally, him standing up, him saying dude, him touching his ear, and finally him touching his face. And I guess for now, Indrid, you know, because all I said is, I mean, during Saturday's Detractor Beam stream, I was contemplating a beard scratch to getting added to the bingo board. We have touch his face, which kind of ties in roughly with the same kind of thing. Him touching his face. We have several actually, kind of. We have the stash scratch as well, which is very close to the beard. You know what I mean? A very specific thing for scratching his stash. We have that on the bingo board as well sometimes. You know what I mean? So. It's one of those things, like, do we need it, or is touch his face enough of a thing to incorporate all that? But there we go. And then yeah, I added So yeah, I sent Indra a couple of clips for the tractor beam stuff the other day, and they're both. Is Phil saying the same thing both times, but it's just him saying boss. The first one is this.
Boss.
And the second one is this.
Boss.
The second one is the half speed. And I don't know which one's better. The first boss is also quite funny, but the second one also is drawn out. And it's like, I don't know which one I prefer. Is it better to draw out to half speed, or is the first one just so... Yeah, I don't know. It's like, the longer it goes, the funnier. You'd think, you know, that's my mentality, that's my thinking. So yeah, I might have to add it to my own bingo board, but I just don't know which one to pick. Do you pick the normal speed one, or do you pick the slowed down one? I don't know, it's a weird one because they're both good. This is the normal one.
Boss.
And this is a slowed down one.
Boss.
They are both very funny. They are both very good, and I don't know which is the better one of the two. They both have their strengths. They both have qualities to them. So it's like trying to pick your favourite child. You know, how do you pick between the slower one or the one that just is normal? You know, I don't know. Oh, for God's sake! So I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Which clip is the best clip? I got no idea. You mean I might do a poll. I might do a poll and just let you guys decide which boss is the best boss. You know. So I remember, is the first one the best
boss
one, or is the second one the best one?
Boss.
You decide, and we'll see which one we actually add to our bingo stream soundboard thing. I guess for later or whatever. Jesus, I might have to do a fucking poll later on, I guess. But yeah, it's a tough one to pick. You know, it's like normal speed or half speed. They're both fucking good. So yeah, I was like, this is the bingo board we have. Phil's still not back from his fucking bathroom break. Shocking. But yeah, this is the bingo board we have for today's game, and of course the aim of the game, as you guys will be very aware, is to try and get a full house 25 out of 25 on the bingo board that you see before you. If I manage to do that, one of you guys can potentially win a prize, but only if you left a comment on the community post which is linked in the description of this live stream. You haven't done that, you're not only a fucking chance of winning. It's as simple as that. Now, to try and get a full house, there's plenty of ways for us to get free spaces for us to try and help us on our way to a full house. For example, if Phil snorts 25 times or burps 10 times before he starts recording for his Shy to React content later on, that will give us a free space. And if we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, not only will it give us a free space as well, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation that Pixar Animation so very kindly made for us all to enjoy to celebrate 100 likes. So there we go. Hold on, D-Dog, are you suggesting I kind of do what I do? I think D-Dog is suggesting that I basically have both sound clips, and when I press it, it randomises which boss plays. Basically, the kind of thing I have from a Scottish soundboard. I have a Scottish random soundboard button. So when I press the Scottish soundboard randomizer, it plays a random Scottish soundboard clip.
This is the fucking Shawshank Redemption, right? But with more tunneling through shit and no fucking redemption.
So I could do one specially for the two bosses, and it just fucking alternates between the fucking two of them. But there's an example of the Scottish soundboard. I just pressed it there and it, played a wee clip there. Malcolm Tucker from the thick of it. I'll play it again.
Fuck's sake, Jesus! Right.
Same guy, same character, different clip. You see what I'm saying? It's what same button. That's the same button I'm pressing, and it just randomises the Scottish soundboard stuff. So there we go. So I may just do that. Yeah, if I can't fucking pick my favourite, I guess why not just have both and just randomise that some bitch? That's a good shout, potential. Yeah. Goodness me. So yeah, the aim of the game, as I said, is to try and get a full house 25 out of 25 on the bingo board. Phil is late as fuck today. I don't know. I might just keep spamming a Scottish soundboard until he gets back.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
How the fuck have we had 3 Malcolm Tuckers in a row? It's the same character. Oh, Phil pressed the wrong button. The buffoon pressed the wrong button and fucking pressed ask the king. He pushed the fucking asks the king thing. What a dumb bastard. Anyway, he's starting the bingo now, he's starting the show, so yeah, good luck everybody, here we fucking go. I'm going to press this button one more time to send us off into fucking battle.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
It's just literally Malcolm. Every single time I press the button is Malcolm fucking Tucker. Well, here we fucking go. Good luck everyone. It's a long intro. So I'm just going to keep this on mute because Phil hasn't got anything to say to start the fucking show. Jesus Christ. But, yeah, this is... Fuck me, man. This podcast might be rough. This might be... And you want to know the worst part is? The worst part? There is no speed up juice. We are going to have to endure this on normal speed. For now, anyway. It's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. Nothing I can do. Phil started late. I thought he was going to start earlier, but he's good to go, and so are we. It's such a long intro.
This is the fucking Shawshank Redemption.
Nah.
Come the fuck in.
Nah.
Scotland forever!
Finally, it's something different.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
And we're back to fucking Malcolm Tucker.
Is there nothing on the internet that I won't masturbate to?
And on that note, here's Phil.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. I got the wrong effect on for the ghost here. Let me fix that for a second. But welcome. To the Level 1 podcast. I hope you're all doing well. Today is Sunday, the 25th of February, 2024, and we are halfway through this abridged streaming week. And what I mean by that is that this week we are only going 5 days. Normally I would go 6 or more, but 5 this week because we're trying to adjust the schedule. That is, I did it completely wrong there. We're trying to adjust the schedule for the release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out this Thursday. And normally Thursday would be my day off, but this week I said, hey, let's change the schedule up so that basically I'll be here all day long for the release of the hot new release that everyone wants to see. So we've done that, but that means that we had to shorten the streaming week. Before we begin, just want to let everyone know up front, I am tuckered out today. Reason being, I did not get a very good sleep. Last night, Jasper Kitty had some issues. He was throwing up.
Oh, that's a shame. Maybe it's something fucking some blood work. Maybe a vet can fucking do some blood work for him and see how he is. Or maybe we can spend that several $100s on fucking a new controller instead. Oh, you... If anything happens to that fucking cat, it is on you. Also, I just noticed that I need to fix something very... You ever see something that's kind of slightly out of place, you need to fix it? Like, the thing I've got to the bottom of my screen here, I need to slightly just pull in a little bit. There we go. You guys might not even fucking notice what I fucking did, but it's a small wee adjustment. But yeah, Phil, your cat's not well? Your cat's sick? Get it fucking checked. Go to a fucking vet and make sure that a professional looks at him and sees what's fucking wrong with him. Your cat constantly being fucking sick all the time, constantly fucking throwing up, having issues, is not normal. Getting some blood work done for it could be a difference between, you know, getting them better or losing your pet earlier than you should. Don't neglect your fucking pets, Phil.
In the middle of the night, a couple of times, and every time that happens, obviously, you can't just let it go. You have to clean it up. So I was awoken multiple times over the course of the night to clean up some yuckiness. For those who have cats, you know that this happens all the time. Sometimes cats throw up. Sometimes cats pee everywhere if they got a problem down there. You know, all kinds of stuff going on. And it just happened to be one of those nights. So I did not have a great, consistent sleep last night. I had my sleep broken up multiple times. As a result, it's just life. It's not a big deal. It's just a fact. So I'm waiting. My coffee is kicking in like right now. Like I had my coffee about an hour ago, and so now it's actually getting into my system, and I'm starting to get to caffeine and feel a little better. But you know, did not have a very sound sleep, and because of that, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna do my best. The good news is today's React Day, right? Like today's the day when we relax together, and I react to content that you have submitted on the first stream for DSP versus the internet, and I react to my old style playthroughs from yesteryear on the retro react stream later tonight. So it's a lot of more relaxing content today. There's no tenseness. There's no, oh, I have to perform in a competitive game or anything like that. That's obviously a good thing. And quite honestly, this is a good reason to have this kind of variety content and not just me gaming every day. There's going to be times when this happens. And it's better for me to have a more relaxing day now rather than be all stressed out because I didn't get a good rest last night. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Now, actually, someone brought up an interesting point. Well, not brought up an interesting point, but said something interesting in the stream chat this morning as I was starting up the show. They said, oh man, I wonder if next week, 3 weeks in a row now, we will have Heavy Rain as the Retro React stream. If you don't know what they're talking about, over on my sister channel, DSP Throwback, which you can find at youtube.com/@DSP Throwback. This is a channel that is for primarily 2 reasons. Number 1, for posterity purposes, I'm reposting old, forgotten, and lost playthroughs that over the years were very, very popular, but were erased from YouTube because of malicious activity. Right now, I'm currently more than halfway through my playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 1, the original from 2010, and I am just about hitting the halfway point of Final Fantasy 13, also from 2010. So it's pretty darned awesome that those playthroughs are actually finding, number one, a new audience. It's not a huge audience. It's maybe 100 or 200 people who are checking it out, but at least some new people are checking out those playthroughs who maybe have either never seen them before or haven't seen them in many, many years because they were deleted from YouTube due to, basically malicious activities. The old channels were hacked, and because of that, they were deleted. Or the other purpose of the channel, which has been something that's increased in popularity over the last month, is retro react streams. So if you don't know what I'm doing is, I'll do a stream on there with my current setup, but I react to the old style playthroughs of yesteryear. And I so far have done 2.5 hours of Red Dead Redemption 1, then I did 2.5 hours of my original Dark Souls 1 run, and then I've done 2.5 hours of Heavy Rain from 2010. So the cool thing about those, number one, you get to see my old style of how I used to make videos. The videos are the old original raw ones, not upscaled or edited. You get to see the old style, camera pointed at a TV, shorter parts, that kind of stuff. Cool. It's cool to see, man, Phil was popular doing this over a decade ago, and the answer is, yeah, I really was popular.
I love that's just fucking like the first thing he fucking goes to in his fucking head. It's not like, oh, you know, all this amazing lost content of, like, you know, the gameplay was like this or the graphics or Phil's personality. It's like, no, Phil was popular back in the day. I swear, the whole entire purpose of the throwback channel is for Phil to fucking just relive his fucking glory days of YouTube, when he actually was quite a popular content creator, a successful content creator. Remember, Phil used to fucking do this as an absolute living. He was able to fucking not only pay his bills, he was able to fucking go above and beyond paying his bills. He was fucking living the goddamn good life, gravy train fucking lifestyle. He had Liana move in with him, and she didn't need to fucking lift a finger because he was making enough to support himself, support her as well, and treat her and spoil her rotten, go on staycations. You know what I mean? He was successful, and then he threw it away and blamed people like us for it.
Doing that stuff, I got virally popular on YouTube, was known as one of the top gamers, and I made a living doing it now for a while until I eventually adopted direct capture in 2013. So that's just a neat, just oddity, just to watch the old videos, but then to see the old style of commentary, to laugh at my old reactions and talk about, how I feel about that in the modern day. It's been a blast doing these streams. I've done 3 of them now. Honestly, those streams are what make the channel viable, because if it weren't for those streams, the channel makes, no exaggeration, less than $1 a day on ad revenue. And for the effort going into that channel, meaning finding the old videos, uploading them from archived slow hard drives, getting those videos edited together into longer parts, running them through an AI upscaler that makes the video better, that makes the audio clearer.
Phil, someone else does that for you. The first 2 things you fucking mentioned, finding the old videos and then uploading them. That's like, I need to find them. Like it's some sort of fucking lost treasure. You know where the videos are. They're on your drives that you found in your closet. So you just connect the drive to your fucking PC, go to the folder, there it is. Click, upload, unlisted. Then let some fucking denthead do what they need to fucking do to make it all remastered by like stealing other people's clips and pretending they're yours.
Re-uploading those as half-hour parts, putting them into a playlist, retitling each part, meaning I have to watch each and every part that's been uploaded to that channel to know how to title it.
Phil, if you're making it sound like watching your content's an ordeal. You're meant to be selling the idea of watching this content being a good thing for your audience, and you've listed watching your own content as being part of the list of chores you have in trying to get this operational and worthwhile. I mean, hold on. Let's rewind this again. So remember, Phil's saying that he's including this in his list of things that require effort, and Phil's saying how watching his content requires a great amount of effort. Listen to the whole list.
Getting those videos edited together into longer parts, running them through an AI upscaler that makes the video better, that makes the audio clearer, re-uploading those as half-hour parts, putting them into a playlist, retitling each part, meaning I have to watch each and every part that's been uploaded to that channel to know how to title it. It's a lot of work for me and the editors that are working on that channel, and I'm making less than $1 a day doing it, okay? So
I bet you the editors are making fucking less than that because you don't bother to pay them. You're getting paid for your efforts, your editors are not.
These retro react streams essentially are the times when people come to the channel and have been watching the streams and supporting the streams with memberships, super chats, and tips, and that makes the channel viable. Again, if it weren't for that, the channel would basically be a bust, all right? So they've been going really well, and the way I've been running it is every other Sunday I've been doing it on like a Sunday night, okay? But now in the month of March, here's the deal. Here's what's going on. I have to work on a couple things. Number one, I have to work on my taxes. I have half the information together, but the other half of the information is the most difficult part. Literally going through everything that I made and spent in 2023, line by line, plugging this into a spreadsheet, calculating totals. It's very arduous and tedious. It takes a while. All right.
So why don't you do these things on the fly as you go? Like, maybe like every week. You fucking do this on what he is. This is not just his taxes. He does this for everything. Every single aspect of his fucking life. He doesn't bother to fucking try and prep stuff. He fucking waits until the last possible fucking second, and then he's like, oh shit, I need to take so many fucking days off because I've got so much fucking work to do. It's just, it makes no sense. Why in the hell does Phil think it's a good idea to not bother his arse to try and fucking keep on top of this thing throughout the fucking year, the tax financial year? He's such a dumb son of a bitch.
Right? I gotta pull data from so many different places. It's annoying, but you have to do it. Our government forces us to do it, so I gotta do it every year. All right, I gotta do it. It's due by April, but you know my tax guy wants it as soon as possible, so I was like, I gotta take time in March to do this. There's no real deadline, but I have to do it. The way I see it, the sooner the better. Get the information done as soon as possible. That way we don't have to worry about, oh no, Phil has to take time away from streaming to do this shit. So that's number one. Number two, I'm gonna have some private patron videos to do in the month of March. How many, I don't know. I'm being told that there might be upwards of 2+ hours of React videos that I have to make, or not React videos, just private patron videos. Some of them will be React, some of them will be like Q&A stuff. And if that's the case, if it really is that big of a chunk, I can't squeeze in 2+ hours of private videos between streams. It's a big chunk. So it essentially means that in March, I'm going to have to take a couple night streams off in order to do this stuff. Okay? So here's the thing. Someone had said in the chat this morning, man, I wonder if 3 weeks in a row, if it's going to end up being Heavy Rain on the Retro React stream that Phil is doing on DSP Throwback. And I said, I guess we're probably not doing a Retro React stream next week because I'm going to have to do some of this stuff. I either have to work on taxes or do the private patron videos or both, depending on what's available at what, depends on how quick the patrons request what they want. So because of that, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm thinking in my head, well, the Retro React streams have been doing good. Like, they actually have legitimately done really good on the channel. Oh, by the way, the videos I'm doing of them also are doing good. Like, if you look at the on-demand videos of both Heavy Rain and Dark Souls on the channel. Uh-oh, the browser's in the other window. Oh, great. Maybe I should have... Hold on. Maybe the browser's over here. Hold on a second here. Do I have the browser open in this window? Maybe I could just look at it here. I think I do. Okay, yes, let me refresh this. So, basically the videos, the on-demand videos of both Heavy Rain and Dark Souls 1 have done really good. In fact, every single part of Heavy Rain has over 400 views. Part 1 has like 1,400. Dark Souls also did really good. I think as of now, each part has over 500 views. Now, keep in mind, that was weeks ago, so people had more time to watch them. Those videos are not only the best thing on the channel, performance-wise. I mean, that's crazy the amount of people are watching them in comparison to the retro stuff, the Red Dead or the Final Fantasy 13. It's like...
I don't know why. I have a bad feeling that Stream Elements has been a bit funny again. There was issues with Stream Elements last time I streamed on Friday. It wasn't playing things. It might be the case again. My activity, I'm seeing them in the chat, but it's not updating on my activity feed. I'm not sure. Let me just very quickly check Stream Elements website itself is working. Give me a second here. I'll just fucking make sure it's all working properly. It's all fucking linked properly and all that shit. It should be. I don't know why it's been a fucking pain in the arse, but it should be fucking normal. I don't know why am I not fucking seeing notifications fucking show up? It's kind of annoying. Give me a second here. Why is it not fucking updating? If I hit that, and then maybe just I don't know, then go back the way maybe and reset this fucking thing. I don't know. Shit. Hold on a second. Wait, let me try something. Let me try something here. What if I hit reset session? Reset session data. I don't know, on Stream Elements, I don't know. I'm just trying to fucking make this fucking work. It doesn't seem to fucking want. Yeah, I don't know. I've had 2 super chats, and they're not showing in my activity feed, but they've been made. So first of all, Ira, thank you, Ira, for the super chat that says I need a week to print docs and drive to HR block. So, yeah, it's... Yeah, remember, Phil was a printer. And the thing is, though, he doesn't actually require a printer anymore. He used to be able to fucking write things off like printer ink because he printed off questions for Ask the King. That was legitimately the only purpose of him having a printer as a business expense. But now he doesn't even do ASCII anymore, so he doesn't have any reason to print off things for his fucking content. So the printer is just there for him to basically print things off and, you know, get it sent to fucking taxman, I guess. I don't know. Thank you as well to Kyle Denson for the super chat, who says list of expenses. WWE champions, 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 WWE champions. You forgot DoorDash interspliced in there occasionally. You've got to throw in a couple of DoorDashes here and there just to separate them because cat gets hungry every couple of hours. But there we go. But yeah, as I'm sorry that the animation's not playing, guys. I really have no idea why. I can actually play an old animation from Ira. You know, for Ira's one anyway, I can like do this. There we go.
Oh my dog! What's up?
So I just used one of Ira's older animations just to fucking like do that. And Kyle Denson, I can do one. I can do one for you as well, Kyle Denson. Where's I'm looking for a recent contribution you made, so I can play your animation so it shows your name. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just scrolling down on my wee chat here. There's one here. There you go, Kyle.
Oh my dog! What's up?
I want to deny you guys animation, you know what I mean? If I can get around it, I will. I don't know why it's not updating my activity feed or whatever, but there we go. I was able to find a couple of the old animation, a couple of old super chats. I can hit replay essentially for the older, you know, the contributions, whatever, just to fucking get it through again. But yeah, I don't know why it's not happening automatically. It might come through later on. Who knows? But yeah, thank you very much for super chats. I think I've stalled long enough here. I think we have built up now a good bit of speed up juice. Let's get back to Phil. I believe we're still 1.25 speed as well. We are. Good stuff indeed.
But right now, with the Red Dead and Final Fantasy 13 playthroughs, those playthroughs are about halfway through, maybe a little more. They're barely getting 100 views in 24 hours. Now, they are getting more views over time, but you can tell what happens if the games are too long, right? When I'm on part 30-something of Final Fantasy, and we're only halfway through, right? So, like, already, like, 16 hours in. And when you're around 10 to 15 hours into Red Dead, people lose interest. And I think what'll happen is over time, people will watch them slowly, but that's the thing. It's not really bringing attention to the channel. It's these retro react streams that are getting interest in the channel. So it makes sense for me to keep doing that stuff. Why would I stop doing the retro react streams? Honestly, there's only one answer to that. And the answer is because then it takes away from my time to do other stuff, notably gameplay. You know, right now, looking at the schedule coming up, here's my plans moving forward after this week, because as you know, this week is the crunch week to get as far as I can in the games I'm playing before Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out on Thursday. Once Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out, here's my plans. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be played a ton on the day streams, like almost every day, because I want to make major progress in this game before other new releases come out in March later in the month. So it makes sense for this to be the main stream almost every single day. Okay? Fair enough? But we need to have variety on the streams. It can't be just Final Fantasy every day. So at least once a week, I want to play Baldur's Gate 3. I don't want the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough to just die because I want to focus on a different RPG. We're now around 100 hours into Baldur's Gate 3. We're playing it again on Tuesday, so we will be over 100 hours once Final Fantasy VII comes out. So definitely, I want to keep Baldur's Gate in the rotation.
And I wonder why that is. Is there any possible reason why Phil would want to keep Baldur's Gate 3 in the rotation? What possible reason would Phil have to not just walk away from Baldur's Gate 3 like he walked away from... What was the game he walked away from? Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars was not finished, but he walked away from that randomly in the middle. So why is he not walking away from Sea of Stars? So he walked away from Sea of Stars. He didn't think to himself, I'm going to see this through because I've started a game. I'm not going to fucking bail halfway through. You know, but you know, he's like, nah, I'm going to just fuck this game. I'm out. I wonder what reason that could fucking be. That he bailed from Sea of Stars but won't bail from Baldur's Gate 3. I just can't put my fucking finger on it, guys. I just don't know. It escapes me. I have no idea why. Maybe you guys will figure it out. I don't know.
But not necessarily anywhere near as prominent as it was. So if we're going to have Final Fantasy VII and a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3 on the day streams, the night streams were going to be Tekken 8 and Like Dragon Infinite Wealth. Okay? Just alternating, basically. So you do like, you know, maybe 2 to 3 streams of one, 2 to 3 streams of the other a week, depending on which week or whatever. I think that makes sense to do it that way. That way we have good variety in the content that I'm doing. But now what about Retro React? Right? We've been doing it every other Sunday and it works. But now people want more of it. Okay. But now what about this other stuff going on that I need to do? So I got to think about this. But what I was thinking is, for example, let's say this week coming up, All right. So maybe what we would do, so I'm talking about this coming week now. So maybe this Friday, we do Friday Night Fights, Tekken 8. Maybe Saturday night, we do Like a Dragon Infinite Will. Sunday night, we still do Retro React of whatever you want. We'll maybe do another poll to determine what you want to see for that Retro React. And it could be continuing Dark Souls, continuing Heavy Rain, Bully. And maybe we'll do a new one. And I'm curious, guys, what other game would you like to see me do a Retro React to on DSP Throwback? Right now, I think that continuing Dark Souls 1, continuing Heavy Rain, and Bully are 3 great options. But just to forewarn you, games right now that we could not do would basically be like the Fallout series. And the reason being, my original Fallout playthroughs had the music turned on, and that music is infamous for getting blocked on YouTube. Just outright being destroyed on YouTube. The playthroughs have been blocked a ton of times, and what I've had to do is try to edit the music out, and it doesn't always work. The good news is, if we ever do choose to have Fallout 3 be a part of the DSP Throwback channel, my editor has said he has an effect that can edit out music. Not that it works 100% of the time, but it can take like the old-timey music that was played on the radio and hopefully edit most of it out so the videos won't get blocked or muted on the channel, which would be great. But that has to happen before we can react to it.
So there's a website you can use to try and remove the music from... It's like, hold on. There is an actual website. The guy's pretending he's got some sort of fucking tool he's created or whatever. No, he's got a random web. Basically, you know how this website here removes the background from images? There's websites for everything. You can have a website to try and, remove the music from, an audio clip, which will have somebody talking over music, and so you can have it split up so it's just the music in one track and the talking on another. I've used it before for some of my older stuff that I've done with DSP diss tracks, where I've had Phil talking, saying something. Yeah, it's different. There's probably several different websites out there. The one I used was pretty decent, it worked quite well. So I imagine that's what the guy's going to use. Although I don't know. I don't know how long. I don't know if you can just upload a 30-minute clip, for example, and just do it that way. I don't know if it would let you do that. But yeah, who knows? That's his fucking dumbass editor to fucking decide.
We can't just react to the raw videos like we're doing right now with Heavy Rain or Dark Souls.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Oh, thank you very much. So yeah, I don't know why, but super chats are working again. That one came up automatically, which is good. It's working again. But there you go. Thank you very much to Twilight Media Corp. Their 20th super chat on a live stream, by the way, it says to tell me. So there we go. DSP plus Baldur's Gate 3 equals it's all about the Benjamins, baby. Pretty fucking much. That's it's pretty much the only reason why I fucking keeps continuing to play Baldur's Gate 3. No, obviously, I'm sure to a small extent he kind of does like the story. It does appear to like the story of the game, but if this was any other game which was getting the normal kind of support he gets, he would have rage quit it long ago. The fact his audience feel compelled to ensure he gets triple digits guaranteed for every single Baldur's Gate 3 stream to make sure he doesn't walk away from it. It's like he's holding the game hostage. And if he doesn't get his fucking $100, then he's just gonna fucking put a bullet in the fucking game and be done with it. And his audience clearly want him to play it.
One. So, I guess the question is, what else would you like? Grimmett says Arkham City, the original Arkham City playthrough from back in the day. I don't even remember that one. That would have been direct capture, right? Or was it? What year did Arkham City come out? Does anyone remember? I can't remember off the top of my head. Alright, Dr. Kinnison and Swagonito are saying Bioshock. Now, you mean my original Bioshock 1 playthrough from a zillion years ago? I remember that one. And that one... Oh, okay, I'm being told the original Arkham City was 2011, so it wasn't direct capture. Okay, that would definitely be eligible then, for sure. Yeah, because that would be old style and everything. It would make sense to do a react to it. Bioshock, if I remember correctly, I know I didn't play it when it was new, because it actually came out before I was a YouTuber. I remember doing a playthrough of it. And I remember half the time that I was playing it, I was drunk. I totally 100% remember that. I remember that I was really depressed at the time over some stuff going on in my life. And I was so depressed that I just got like pissed drunk and was playing the game slurring my words, right? I think I turned the volume like way too loud. And this was a time, this was way long ago, like 12, 13 years ago or whatever. And I think that my neighbor, my upstairs neighbor, was so pissed at me because the volume was so loud. They were like slamming on the floor, like, shut up, why are you making so much fucking noise? Turn that down or whatever.
That wasn't that game. Although there is a clip that exists on, so hold on. Because Phil's referenced it, we must bring it up. So give me a second and I'll find the clip that Phil is referring to. Give me a second here, shouldn't take time to find. There's a very popular clip of it. Jesus, yeah, hold up, I can't. 167,000 views. This was uploaded 9 years ago. Was it actually Bioshock? I thought it was like a Spider-Man game, but maybe it's not. It was. It's Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Apparently there's multiple clips of Phil's neighbours telling him to shut up. I thought it was only this one. I thought this was the only one that fucking existed. This is the one I thought of.
Powder. I can't die like this.
This is a good video because it tells you on
I
screen.
can't die like this. I always picture myself dying having a threesome with Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton. You gotta make it happen, Spider-Man.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, I recognize that sound clip.
Another fight, huh? The more the merrier. See,
is
everyone
quite
wanted to
loud.
play Mafia 2. This is the same shit, right?
It is very loud, to be fair.
And some for you. Oh, yeah, and some for you. And for you too. How about for you? I don't want to grab him. I never tried to grab him. What the fuck? Whirlwind punch. Whirlwind punch. Whirly wind. Spinning wind attack of the wind fist wind. I can't stop fucking attacking. Look. I'm just gonna keep walking forward, see? And swinging my fist around, see? And if you get in the way, it's your own fault, see?
He's not said it yet. The neighbour's
Why
not
you
said
guys
anything
gonna
yet.
pick on me? Don't you have some prohibition gig to run?
All she wrote. Well, I thought that went rather well. More like this guy.
Oh boy.
It's coming up.
Say uncle.
There it is. Hey, shut up down there or something.
Come on, what do you got? Hey, Tiny, how's tricks?
Little what was searching for.
Come on, what do you got?
They said shut up over there. I'm right. Phil, the book is told. He's a good boy. He's shut up over there. All this dead air from Phil. One person told me to shut up.
Right in the kiss. Take a load off.
Shut the fuck up.
And that's the clip. That's the clip that I'm aware of. Apparently, according to what I saw According to what I saw Snood say, there's multiple clips of Phil's neighbours telling Phil to shut the fuck up during gameplay. I thought only one fucking existed, and I thought it was just one. But apparently not. There's apparently more than just one. Anyway, let's just rewind so we don't miss the fucking context of it. And yeah, Phil's talking about how a neighbour told him shut up. I get it. I mean, I don't know. If there's any other clips, I'm not aware of them. But yeah, apparently it happened more than once.
Long ago, like 12 or 13 years ago or whatever. And I think that my neighbor, like my upstairs neighbor, was so pissed at me because the volume was so loud. They were like slamming on the floor, like, shut up, why are you making
Oh yeah, the volume was loud. It wasn't you that was loud, it was the volume.
so much fucking noise? Turn that down or whatever. And I did, because I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize I was so drunk. I didn't realize that I had it that loud, and it was disrespectful to have it that loud, you know? That's what I remember my original Bioshock playthrough for YouTube, seriously. Like, that's...
I'll just say wow there to himself.
And I did, because I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize I was so drunk. I didn't realize that I had it that loud, and it was disrespectful to have it that loud.
I mean, my bad, I didn't say wow.
You know? That's what I remember my original Bioshock playthrough for YouTube, seriously. Like, that's how different of a time things were back then. You know, half the time I was making videos, I was by myself in my condo in Connecticut, probably drinking, probably depressed, just pumping out videos for YouTube, you know? That was my life back then. And that's why it's funny, because people say things like,
Oh god, here we go. Are we going to get another Turkey Tom reference? If he mentions Turkey Tom here, I'm giving us a free space.
oh, but Phil, back when you were popular on YouTube, wasn't that a better time in your life? Huh, well, let's see. I was 40 pounds more overweight. So my health was awful. I had horrible, debilitating back pain and shooting numbness. My knees were always killing me. I drank like a fish all the time, drinking, all night long. Never really slept properly. Overate constantly. Was depressed. It's like, do you really think I was single, living by myself, awful existence? Do you really think that just because I had views on YouTube that my life was better? My life was much worse. Like much, much, much worse back then. But seriously, that's the only thing I remember about the original Bioshock playthrough. That's it. I don't even remember how I reacted to it, how I liked it. I don't even remember if you guys watched it, honestly. All right, here's what we need to do. What I'd like to do, and I'm going to definitely ask on the Throwback channel tonight, I want to figure out a viable fourth option for a Retro React to do on DSP Throwback, because I think what I'm going to do, here's what I'm thinking, right? Next week, we will do Friday Night Fights, Like a Dragon Infinite Well, Retro React on Sunday. Monday night will be the night that I will not stream, and that will likely be the night that I work on like tax stuff or patron private videos, depending. And then Tuesday, Wednesday will be like more Tekken, more Like a Dragon. That's what I'm thinking for next week, okay? So, we'll see how that goes with that schedule. If you guys like the Retro React stuff, I can make an effort to do it every week, either Sunday night or Monday night. But the problem then is there's going to be less gameplay. There's going to be less gameplay if I'm doing Retro React more frequently. Maybe for now, we try to do that, and then if it doesn't work as well, or if it loses its luster because we're doing it too often, then we can cut back on doing it and do it every other week instead. But I think that's what I might do. That's definitely what I think I might do for now. Since it's working, people are liking the stream, they want more of it, they're actually sad that it takes me so long to do them, then why wouldn't I do more of them, right? But I need your opinions on what else, because I think the reason it's been working is every week we're kind of doing a different game. Now this week we're doing Heavy Rain 2 weeks in a row. Is it going to be as good this week as it was last week, or are people going to get tired of it and be like, it's too much of the same, right? I don't know. So let's see. Again, continuing Dark Souls 1, continuing Heavy Rain, the Bully playthrough from 2013 are all really good viable options. Now let's see what else you guys want to have as the fourth candidate. And what we'll do is put up a poll, just like we've been doing, and you guys will vote on that poll over the course of the week on what you want to see on the Retro React stream next weekend, all right? So think about it. Let me know today. We'll talk about it, about what games you think you want to see. Right now, your two options were Arkham City or Bioshock. They both sound pretty good. Yes, I played Mass Effect 1. I played Mass Effect 1 multiple times. I first played Mass Effect 1 early on in my YouTube presence, because it was actually one of my favorite games at the time. I played it before I was a YouTuber, and I loved it. I played the crap out of it. So originally I did, if I remember correctly, I think my first run was a hardcore run, because I was basically doing like New Game Plus to my original run that I had done on my own personal time. And because of that, every enemy was like a bullet sponge. And that's where memes like Thugs on the Floor and stuff had come from. And then years later, I did a second run, and I think that was Evil Femme Shep, where you make the female shepherd and all the bad like renegade choices. So I think I did that, and that was a standard difficulty run. And then years later, there was the Mass Effect Remastered Trilogy that came out like a couple years ago, and I played it then too. So I've basically done like 3 different runs of Mass Effect 1 on YouTube. No, I'm not dropping Like a Dragon. It doesn't matter how many people bitch about it in chat. Like a Dragon fits the role of the late night chill stream. It gets a lot of engagement for the people that are there. We have a nice chill time. I don't care that it's not getting a lot of support. That's not the point. I don't play every game to get tons of support, as you know, or else I would drop a lot of games. The whole myth of the wage quit is just that, a myth. I don't quit games based on income.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay, I'm taking it.
Burger.
I'm taking it. He's actually addressed the wage quit. He actually said the words wage quit. Then why did you walk away from Sea of Stars but not Baldur's Gate 3? You know? Why did you quit Baldur's Gate 3 so very quickly? Why did you quit Pal World so readily? Hold on, so let's address this then very quickly. So let's see some games that Phil is not playing anymore. Pal World got sent to fucking Shadow Realm after his final stream, only got $21. What else? What else do we have here? I'm trying to think here, what's in the next game that he's fucking built from? Sea of Stars. He built from Sea of Stars at a fucking blue. And the very final Sea of Stars stream actually done very well for him, didn't it? Like that, this one right here, this was a final Sea of Stars stream, $113, and but Phil's like, yeah, I'm going to play this game anymore, there's other games coming out. But hold on. What else is there? I'm trying to think of the last game that Phil, wage quit. What was the last proper wage quit, do you think? Call of Duty. Someone's saying Call of Duty. Call of Duty's a good shout, actually. Yeah, 35 buckaroos. 31 buckaroos, yeah, 31 buckaroos. Phil stopped playing Call of Duty. Call of Duty is probably the most recent wage quit, I would say. Sea of Stars potentially as well, even though the very final Sea of Stars stream got done quite well from him. But usually did not though. Just this fucking face. Hold on. What, can we get a cleaner version? Let's go. Let's say. Well, maybe not. That may have been. That may, yeah. Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me see what I can do. And here we go. I'll just work my magic here. And by my magic, I mean I'm going to let a website work the magic for me because, you know, why not? Digital Melanin is asking, can I make a bingo space called Blatant Lie or Lies? I mean, the thing is, though, how would we be able to prove that at our end? I don't know if I don't know if we could prove that at our end. There's a lot of things that Phil says that we dispute, absolutely, but I don't know if we could actually prove it conclusively, could we? But yeah, let me just yeet this. Let me just yeet this fucking picture to my members on the members Discord I've got, so they can enjoy it to their heart's content. There we go. This fuck yes, wee face we got here.
We drop a lot of games. The whole myth of the wage quit is just that, a myth. I don't quit games based on income. That's bullshit. So I'm gonna keep playing it. Okay. Cool. So let me know what you want to do.
Phil said last week, I'm pretty sure, that this is not a hobby he's doing. It is a fucking business. So it is important for him to ensure that he plays the games which is best for his fucking business, which makes makes him money. Phil, there is nothing wrong with admitting that you do play games for money. This is your livelihood. This is how you fucking make a living. You're flat out in denial by pretending you don't just fucking wage quit games. Because if games aren't performing well for you, then naturally that game will get sent to the fucking Shadow Realm. And many games have been given that treatment in the past because you've not made the money that you were hoping for on those games. But Phil, this as this is your livelihood, there's nothing wrong with that. But pretending that you don't wage quit games is just... Nobody believes it, Phil. Nobody fucking believes it. You need this for money. You do this for money. There's nothing wrong with that. This is your fucking job. But stop pretending there is any deeper fucking meaning to it and it's nothing to do with money. It is mainly to do with fucking money, Phil.
With Retro React next week. Okay, as is, here's the schedule. By the way, yesterday, great streaming day of all RPGs. Baldur's Gate 3, massive story development. We're basically getting to see our choices in the end game of how it's going to affect things in the end game. Who are we going to side with and what are we going to do? And some fun side questing as well. We're amassing allies for the final battle, which is what you're supposed to do. Like, that's what the game tells you to do, amass allies, and that's exactly what we're doing. Great progress. We're now in the town of Baldur's Gate, and that continues Tuesday. Excuse me. Last night, basically we did More Like a Dragon, and we focused solely on questing. Meaning we did every quest we could find in the environment, right? In addition, we did all of the drink links. In this game, there's a mechanic that as you build friendships with your party members, you have to go to this bar and have drinks with them, and there's a bunch of story cutscenes based on their own backstories. And basically what happens with that is you get better combat abilities. So it makes sense to do that, because if you don't, your combat's not as good, and it makes combat a lot easier, especially with harder enemies later on. So we did all of the drink links. We did a ton of questing, lots of progress. When we play again on Monday night, it's going to be more of the same, more of, keep focusing on the quest and get all the quests done, and then we're going to advance the story. So it was a great stream last night. Yeah, it had very low support. I don't care. That game fills the role of the late night chill stream perfectly. It does.
For someone that doesn't care, then why is he very angrily bringing it up and mentioning it? It's like, if he never cared, then he wouldn't fucking bring it up. Phil, you are your own worst enemy here. And if you don't address it, nobody can mock you for you pretending not to care about it. It's like you addressing it shows you care. So it's one of the things where it's one of the, so obviously I've had some streams. Sometimes I do have bingo streams where like I get like 0 contributions, and that's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Because it's not about that. Do I go on my stream and like go, guys, there was no support for bingo? What the no? I just get on with the fucking bingo usually. It's not an issue. It's not a prerequisite. If people want to, they fucking will. That's the way it should always be on every single fucking streamer's channel. It should be an organic thing for people to want to do it. And it's like, if it's not there, it's not there. We just get on with the fucking show and just try and give as good a show as you fucking possibly can. By addressing it, Phil, and pretend you don't care about it, you're showing you clearly do fucking care, that it does fucking get to you. And yeah, you will be made fun of because you have you've chosen to address it.
need to get tons of support every single time. This is why I'm a variety streamer, because if I'm playing enough variety, there will be different support coming in for different streams and different games. Sometimes we will get support for Like a Dragon, sometimes we won't. It's all right as long as overall I'm getting good support, and overall I am, so I'm not complaining, and we continue on positively. Okay? So, rest of the week. Today it is React Day. When this podcast ends, we're heading over to DSP React.
Yeah, he's literally repeating the same schedule. He repeated the schedule earlier on. I'm going 1.75 just for the schedule.
For my DSP versus the Internet show, it's my weekly clip show where the members on that channel submit clips to watch and react to. Oddly enough, are you ready for this? Oddly enough, with all the talk and requests over this last week, no one submitted the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC trailer.
But you told him to, Phil. Are you telling me your fucking dumbass deadheads didn't fucking get the hint for them to fucking submit that video? Oh my god. Whatever will you do?
For me to react to. Why? I just don't get it. It's a
What do you mean, why? Hold the fuck on. Maybe they had something they would rather have had you react to instead. They paid their money as a member to submit a video they wanted you to react to. This is what you want to react to, Phil, not them. They chose to submit what they wanted you to react to. And you're criticising your audience because they didn't pick what you wanted to react to. You entitled cunt. I'm going to slow this down to you. I mean, we'll go 1.5. We'll go 1.5. And I'm going to rewind it. But just for the full context. But fuck me, man.
For my DSP versus the Internet show, it's my weekly clip show where the members on that channel submit clips to watch and react to. Oddly enough, are you ready for this? Oddly enough, with all the talk and requests over this last week, no one submitted the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC trailer for me to react to. Why? I just don't get it. It's a react show. The whole point is for me to react to things you want to see me react to. So many people asked me to react to it this week, and I said, no, I'm not doing it just randomly in the week, but I have a show on Sunday, and then no one nominated it. Do you want to know what was nominated? Epic Mickey Remastered. I'm not kidding you. I think it's called Repainted or something. That was nominated, and that's what we're going to watch, but not the Elden Ring DLC trailer. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. I don't even...
So you're making fun of your audience for choosing to nominate that video with their membership they got of their own money. This is not Phil, you know, this is not some free member using their VPN gifted membership to fucking submit random videos to Phil. No. A paying user of DSP's React channel wanted Phil to react to Epic Mickey. And Phil was criticising them for doing that. And mocking them for doing that. Ridiculing them for doing that. Thanks for your money. You're an idiot for picking that video.
But hey, if you become a member of DSP React, you can submit the clips for the show. There's a tremendous amount of power there, so I hope you would consider it. That's literally all the profit I make on that channel is from the memberships, because I don't get ad revenue because all those videos end up getting claimed. So please consider becoming a member over there, and then you can be a part of this ongoing project, and you could actually submit this stuff, okay?
Why the fuck would I want to submit videos where you're going to fucking just openly mock them for submitting those videos? Oh, you didn't submit what I fucking wanted. You guys always submitted what you fucking wanted to. That's basically the whole fucking concept of the show. You are reacting to what the members, your audience, your community want you to react to. And then you're sitting there and mocking them, belittling them for their choices because they didn't pick what you fucking wanted. How about you buy your own fucking membership so you can fucking submit it, Phil? Also, people are suggesting thumbnail material. I absolutely agree. This is prime thumbnail material with this expression right here. So give me a second here and let me work my magic. Not really my magic, but yeah, we'll just pretend it's me. I'll take all the fucking glory. Why not? The glory's mine, all mine. Here we go. And there we go. Perfect stuff indeed. Let me just yeet that to my members Discord so they can have a blast with that, I'm sure. There we go. Yeah, I stole Taco's handy artwork from last time, like Taco's turned Phil into a burglar holding money. So I stole that for a thumbnail when I made it earlier on. But yeah, people like Taco's and Mister enjoy messing about with the thumbnails. These kind of images and creating some robust art.
Sound good? Alright, cool. So anyway, DSP Reacts, DSP versus the internet, right after the show ends. In fact, if you're live on the stream, you'll see like a pop-up that'll say, hey, everyone's going to DSP Reacts, and you can head over there. Tonight, yes, it is Retro React to Heavy Rain, continuing from where we left off last week over on DSP Throwback. I'm excited for that. Probably another 2 to 2.5 hours of reacting to the classic playthrough. Tomorrow, Monday, we get back to full-time gaming. It'll be Tekken 8 on the daytime stream, 3 hours of me playing ranked Yoshimitsu in the red ranks. And for those who don't know, the red ranks is where it gets tough. This is where people who actually have been playing the game a lot have hit. Think red ranks are very similar, I would say, to high-level platinum into low-level diamond of Street Fighter 6. Not the highest level by far, but definitely you're hitting that level where people are playing a lot and know their stuff. All right, and then after red ranks, it's purple, and I would equate purple to like the middle ranks of diamond. And then there's blue, and I would equate blue to basically passing diamond and hitting master level in Street Fighter 6.
But how the fuck would you know if you've not made those levels yourself? Phil, you've not reached those levels. You're guessing here without any prior experience to back up your thoughts. You're assuming. But you actually have no idea because you've not actually made those levels yet in Tekken. You're just assuming randomly. Or you're stealing someone else's opinion because you're certainly not... You're not basing that off your own experience. Put it that way, because you've not made it there yet.
And then there's yellow, and yellow is like ultimate tippy top. Very few people have hit yellow, only pro players playing nonstop, and that would basically be like, yeah, the people who are legend status of Street Fighter 6, okay? So I'm in red ranks, which means we're getting to the sweats. You know, we're getting to the point where every match is going to be tough, every match is going to be tricky, everyone knows what they're doing, they got tricks, and they know how to abuse the online code to spam things that shouldn't be safe, but they make it safe online and stuff like that.
So he's accusing other people of being sweaty. This motherfucker has a fucking fighting stick joypad. A $300 fighting stick gaming joypad. Specifically for fighting games in particular. Who's the sweaty one, Phil?
So, we're getting there, okay?
Phil watching all his pro videos, but other people sweat.
Then tomorrow night, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And then Tuesday, my final major stream of Baldur's Gate 3. We're hitting the 100-hour mark officially. And the way I see it, this will kind of be a send-off for Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot to mention. Phil is going to stop planning on playing Baldur's Gate 3 as often as he has been. The $100 guaranteed tips per stream has not been enough to protect it from getting temporarily removed from playing as much as usual. He's still probably going to do it once a week, maybe twice, but he's certainly cutting back on it. The guaranteed $100 was not enough to sustain it full time on the schedule.
Because we will be playing it, but probably only like once a week moving forward. So this will be a way to say, all right, thanks for over 100 hours of gameplay. It's going to all be in the town of Baldur's Gate, so we'll probably do a lot of questing and things like that. It should be a good time. And then again, Tuesday night, more Like a Dragon, and that's a streaming week. I'm off on Wednesday, but when I come back on Thursday, all day long, both streams, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Then on Friday, more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Tekken 8. Saturday, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Like a Dragon. Sunday, React Day. So we're gonna have DSP versus the internet and probably the Retro React stream on DSP Throwback. Monday, I'll probably just play Final Fantasy VII. No late stream, so that way I can work on my taxes or preach videos or both. We'll see. Tuesday, Final Fantasy VII and Tekken. Wednesday, Final Fantasy VII and Like a Dragon, and that's the streaming week. So it's a crazy long week. It's Thursday to Wednesday. 7 straight days of streaming for me. So there you go. Now you might say, well, wait a minute, Phil. What about Ed, the DLC character coming out for Street Fighter 6? I'll respond as frankly and honestly as I can. I don't care right now. You know, it's not that I don't care about Street Fighter 6 at all. I do. I played it for 7 months. I like the game. But I'm just not going to be focusing on it. I'm already playing Tekken. I can only play one major fighting game at a time. That's the only way to actually play at a competitive level and get better is to focus on one at a time. You cannot be juggling and trying to get better in 2 at a time unless you're playing... If all I was playing was fighting games, sure, then I would play Tekken 8 and balance it with Street Fighter 6. But I'm not. I'm playing 400 other games, so... I'm not going to be playing Ed, alright, at all. Right now, anyway. Will I go back to Street Fighter 6? Yes, likely I will go back to Street Fighter 6 when Akuma is released. He interests me a lot more as a character regardless. So there you go. And, you know, will I play Street Fighter 6 more in the future? Yes. What I'm really interested in Street Fighter 6, honestly, is when Season 2 comes out. Because Season 2 is traditionally about a year after the release of the game, and what they do is they retweak and rebalance the game to make it so that it's a little bit more fair and balanced, and they take all the feedback that the players have said over the first year and try to fix it. And in my opinion, the game does have a lot of shortcomings, right? It really, really does. That need to be tweaked and fixed. So I would love for it to be rebalanced. See the top tiers like Luke, Ken, Jury, DJ tweaked a lot because right now they are ridiculously overpowered and they kind of make the game unfun to play at a high level. Just being honest, they have way too many tools, way too many advantages. While other characters, it's viable to win. They have to play so much harder, so much better, and struggle to get any even, you know, they gotta get a lucky hit in to get something going and get momentum going, while those characters can safely just go crazy with their pattern spam bullshit and get away with it. So that's why I feel like a lot of the gameplay for me for the game just kind of wasn't fun anymore when I was still playing at the end of January there. I was like, I'm just not having fun with this game anymore. Like, every time I play it, I'm just frustrated because I don't pick the top tiers, and I'm not going to, you know, start learning them now. It just would piss me off. So, that's why. I'm not playing Ed right now. I'm going to wait. probably until Akuma to go back to it, and I'll probably get more heavily reinvested in Street Fighter 6 once they do like a season rebalance and things change around, and hopefully those top tiers are not nearly as dominant as they are now, and hopefully some of the characters that I like that are bottom tier, like Zangief, Lily, Honda, hopefully those are represented better in the meta. Right now, it's funny because Capcom Cup is going on right now. This is the world tournament where people from all over the world in the last year qualified to be in it. 0 Lilies, 0 Hondas, only 1 Zangief, and it's the best one in the world, Snake Eyes. No one else made it. I think there's 3 Dalsims, which is good. I think 1 or 2 Blankas, that's it. Like, literally almost no Blankas. So all the characters I play, none of them could make it. Who made it to Capcom Cup? 10 fucking Lukes. Something like that. It's like 8 or 10 Lukes. 8 or something 10s, right? A ton of juries, a ton of DJs. It's everyone you knew was top tier and overpowered. That's the entire top of the bracket. Like, all of them made it in. So if anything, I mean, people complain, oh, well, it's not fair, the top tiers are overpowered or whatever, right? But then now, here's concrete evidence. You had a world qualification, and literally no one could win with these bottom tiers, while the top tiers easily glided in. It's stupid. Like, they really need to rebalance it at this point. So, anyway, that's that. No, I'm not doing Street Fighter 6 right now. Are there other games coming out in the next few weeks? Yes. Am I playing them? No. I'm going to focus in on Final Fantasy 7 and everything else I'm doing, because in the middle of the month, there's that new Star Wars Battlefront collection coming out, and I'm very interested in that because that game was so good in the 2000s, and I'm going to have so much fun playing that online again. I know I am. So I'm interested in that. And then around the 22nd, I believe, is both Rise of the Ronin and Dragon's Dogma 2. So my goal is in the first 3 weeks of March to get as far as I possibly can in Final Fantasy 7. I don't think we'll beat it. All right, I don't. But if I'm playing it most of the daytime streams, maybe with 1 or 2 exceptions, the React show is an exception, and maybe one other day a week I'll be doing like Baldur's Gate. But if I'm playing it 4 times a week as the day stream, if the first week I do 17 hours, the next week I do 12, the next week I do 12. By the time that middle, 22nd of March hits, we'll be like 40 plus 50 hours in, almost done. Because the reports are that it's about 60 hours long. Now it can't.
I've heard otherwise. I've heard it's actually closer to 100.
Can be a longer playthrough if you take time to do more optional stuff. I don't know how much of that optional stuff I'm going to do right now. I don't know to what extent they have things like Chocobo racing at the Golden Saucer and things like that. Like, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Okay. But that will be my focus. And the thing is, unlike a lot of the other RPGs I'm playing right now, it does seem like most people are on board with me doing this with Final Fantasy. Like, for example, a lot of people are burnt out on Baldur's Gate, and they're like, listen, we know that there's an audience for it, people are engaged, and they're supporting the streams, but man, Baldur's Gate, you've played over 100 hours, we need something else, right? People seem to be on board with me doing the Final Fantasy VII in this manner. And so I'm down for doing Final Fantasy VII in this manner because I want to get as far as I can, as quickly as I can. Plus, it's going to be an outstanding game. Of course, all the reviewers are saying it's amazing. It's actually supposedly better than Remake, and Remake was great, so this is like even better. It's going to be awesome. So I'm very excited for that, okay? Sound good? Wow, people say awful things in the chat about my cat, so anyone who does that is just going to get banned. Wow, what an awful thing to say. Seriously, where did that even come from? What a terrible person to say something like that, right? Anyway, all right, so.
I mean, I'm curious. I've got to know what was said. We're behind by like 18 minutes. Let's go to Raw Phil and see what people were saying about Jasper. Apparently, people are saying horrible things about Jasper. I want to see. I don't buy it for a second.
There's scumbags out there.
Shut up, Phil.
And that's...
We're on the Raw Phil channel now. Hold on, give me a second here. So we're going back in time to about 18 minutes or so. We'll go about here.
The Remake was great, so this was like even better. It's going to be awesome. So I'm very excited for that, okay?
So who's mentioned Jasper in the chat? Oh, Sardines in his chat. I'm so sorry, Phil. I just heard from Cat, R.I.P. Japper. Copy and paste for Jasper. That's a bit messed up, actually. Pretending the fucking cat died. Like, the cat definitely needs to fucking be looked at by a vet and get some blood work done and all that shit. I don't, you know what I mean? But that's a bit of fucking too much. So yeah, I'd say that's a justified leading ban by Phil, by somebody fucking pretending that. I'd say that's justified.
That's what we're looking for the schedule. All right. Hopefully that sounds good. And there you go. Now, what I'd like to do today, because we have a little bit of extra time, we're going to do a little bit of suggestion box stuff. So I'm actually going to go to that suggestions thread that has now been live for about a little over a week.
No.
And I'm going to pull up some suggestions from said thread. Okay. So last time around, I was at... Okay. Let me refresh now. Actually, I don't need to refresh. I can just keep going from here. Crap, now I lost my spot. Here it is. Would you consider... Okay, we're going to do suggestion box. Ready? Would you consider going back to Call of Duty to add to variety maybe once every few weeks for a night stream? We were going to do that, and what happened was, people didn't want it. Remember, we were going to do it during my Super Bowl event? People weren't too much for it. I wanted to do it last week. People weren't too much for it. In fact, they mostly wanted to see me just hang out, so we did that chill stream last week. Remember where I just hung out with the audience? Yeah, I think, I'll be honest, I like Call of Duty. I think it's silly fun.
Phil, last week, you gave people options. People would rather have had Call of Duty over Tekken. If Phil done a poll right now and asked his audience, would you rather have Call of Duty or Tekken? The audience would pick Call of Duty. He gave people the possible option of fucking doing Call of Duty for that night stream last week he had, or whatever, you know, remember that fucking chill Q&A stream he had? And it's like he gave people the option either we'll do a stream, a Q&A chill stream, or we can play Tekken. And the audience said, fuck Tekken, Q&A. If that's the options we've got, we're going to pick the fucking chill fucking Q&A session. But your audience don't want Tekken. They would rather have Call of Duty.
I don't take it seriously, but when I play it, I go ham with dual handguns and stuff. I like that, but I just think like the appeal of Call of Duty has died out. You know what I mean? Like it's cool for like a month, and then people are like tired of it because it's the same thing. I mean, let's be honest. Call of Duty has not innovated in many, many years. They don't even try anymore. So I get it. You get
now do you? You can relate to that.
That 1 month of action. People want to see it in the rotation, and then people are like, meh. They'd rather want to see other things. So yeah, I don't think Call of Duty is coming back. Stop going over the schedule every day and recap what you did the previous day. It's boring, pointless, and filler. So you're telling me right now, as I'm explaining to all of you, how I'm going to be playing a ton of Final Fantasy VII, how I just told you the schedule is changing, and I'm probably going to add in Retro React every week moving forward, but we're going to have other nights off for taxes. All this stuff that I'm telling you that's very important, that you need to know, I shouldn't tell you. So what I should do is just randomly turn the stream on and off every day, and if you know it's happening, great, and if not, oh well. So basically you want me to be like Wings of Redemption. No, I'm not going to be like Wings of Redemption, and I'm not going to be like other streamers who don't plan, don't focus, they're not transparent with their audience. I'm not everybody else. If you want to watch everybody else, you can go watch everyone else who isn't meticulous about planning and being transparent and explaining what they're going to do. You can just go do that and then be upset when they're not streaming. Why are they, what they said they were going to do? Where are they? I don't get it. What are they doing today? No one knows. Are they even streaming today? I don't know. Go watch them. Have fun. No one's stopping you. But if you want something that's treated professionally, seriously, and I'm on time and I work my butt off every day, that's what you're here for, right? So you don't...
I'm sorry, but I cannot take Phil seriously when he's pretending to be fucking professional and he's fucking streaming in his Zelda jammies. I just cannot take him seriously.
Like that, don't come by to watch the content that's well planned and I explain to you when the plans change. A lot of the times, all right, the reason why I do the schedule on the streams is very simple, to get immediate feedback. I can start like today. I already found out. I said, gee, you know, if we did a Retro React next week, what should we do? And immediately people are like, how about Batman Arkham City? How about Bioshock? So I'm getting the feedback I need. If I just do this stuff without any immediate feedback, I'm just talking to a wall. You know, I don't know what people would like. I want opinions. I want to take in said opinions to improve, right? That's how you actually do well in this kind of a landscape versus just making decisions for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
How the fuck would you know how to do well in this fucking landscape? You're fucking struggling. You have been struggling for fucking years. The bankruptcy is meant to fucking stop you from fucking being financially destitute, but lo and behold, you still found a way to fucking be financially destitute anyway. The bankruptcy was approved, all that credit card debt was wiped, and yet here you are, still begging profusely every single fucking day because funds are apparently short, despite you making fucking like $5,000 a month.
But I don't understand why people don't understand that. Like, maybe it's boring to you, but it serves a humongous purpose and has been a boon. By the way, I should say this again. There are tons of people who tune into my streams just for the podcast. And
I mean, guilty.
They have a lot of fun.
No, don't.
On the podcast when I go over this stuff because they feel like they're a part of it. They feel like they can impact it. In fact,
well, our motives in enduring your boring, predictable, shitey podcast are for our own personal gain. We have a bingo board because you are so goddamn stubbornly predictable, and so yeah, like we don't enjoy this. Like the bingo game is not, you know, obviously people enjoy bingo, the streams, which is great, but it's a way to endure you. It doesn't enhance you. It helps, the game helps endure you, not enhance your streams and getting any better.
They can impact it by just being there and talking in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Okay. All right, let's continue on. I will not be surprised if you ignore this post. Well, does it sound like I'm ignoring it? I'm reading it right now. Number one, you made chat an integral part of your gameplay so much that the sense of exploration or adventure when you touch a new title is evaporated. You rely on your chat for more innocuous decisions and solutions. You abandon enjoyment in watching a streamer discovering a mechanic or overcoming a hurdle. Consider the rule you have about spoilers from your own chat rules and actually applying it. When it's okay to ask for chat's input from time to time, you'll become more aware. You straddle the line for aid to over-reliance. So basically what you're saying is you don't like the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough.
Oh my god, Phil. They didn't mention a game whatsoever. It's a very good fucking point, Phil. You've certainly become... Phil's gameplay in general went downhill the moment he started live streaming, because he did heavily rely on his live stream to hold his hand and play for him. This has been an issue he's had for a long fucking time. I've pointed this out many fucking years ago. You know, back when I was on Twitch not shit and I was in his fucking Twitch chat and I pointed out it's basically his fucking moderators playing the game for him, probably can't mind what the game it was. Yeah, it was just... But I love how Phil is putting his own meaning to it. You know, he's putting his own... He's taking what the guy said and he's finding his own meaning to it, even though the guy didn't mention Baldur's Gate 3 whatsoever.
Because that's what this is, because this doesn't apply to literally any other playthrough. It only applies to the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough.
It's wrong.
Every playthrough that I do, everybody knows it's in the rules. You're not to outright spoil. You're not to tell me what to do. You're not going to do plot points. You're not going to do combat. I have to figure it out for myself. If I feel like I'm stuck or there's something I'm not understanding, then I will turn to chat.
Phil, you do that after fucking 2 minutes. You can be stuck for a minute or two. And instead of you trying to fucking work out what's going on, you literally immediately, stop what you're fucking doing in the game. Say you're stuck, and you wait, and you scan chat, and then you'll sometimes pretend that you worked out yourself when you see the answer in fucking chat. Is it you're that kind of person, Phil? But you don't take time to try and test your fucking own cognitive functions anymore and make sure you're still able to work out things, basic things in gaming. Like we've seen it so often, Phil. You're so incapable of just like working things out. Because the moment you get stuck in a game, you just stop and you wait for chat to tell you how to fucking get through it.
And we'll talk about it, right? But it has to be with my blessing or permission. People who spam spoilers and stuff get banned. It's against the rules. It always has been. The one exception has been Baldur's Gate 3, because since day one with the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, it has been, I don't understand this universe. I don't play D&D, so I don't get the lore. I don't understand dice rolls. I certainly don't understand the meticulous rule set of the combat of Baldur's Gate 3. This is all new to me, right? Imagine if you were walking into a building and everything was written in Greek, right? Now you kind of know what the building is for, but you can't read anything because it's all written in Greek. So do you just stand there trying to figure out the Greek for yourself with a book, trying to translate on the fly, or do you have someone who's a Greek translator come in with you to tell you what everything is so you can efficiently do things in the building? Which would you prefer? Translating with the book for yourself or having the translator help you? That's essentially what the chat is right now for Baldur's Gate 3.
I would just work out for my fucking self, I have been in a Greek building. I have been on holiday on the Greek islands. So yes, I have been inside Greek buildings, and what did I do? I just spoke motherfucking English because I was a goddamn tourist. And I was able to fucking get what I needed from that fucking place because I was a goddamn tourist.
Translating this very foreign game into a language I can understand. For the most part, alright?
But the language you can understand is money. A language I can understand, yeah, $100 fucking per stream and tips, Phil. Is that going to be penitent sin? A lot of Greeks speak English, yeah. To be fair, I did learn one word of Greek. It is yamas, which is Greek for, cheers. If you're having a drink together and you're kind of, having, it's like, it's kind of, people say yamas for taking a drink, yamas. So there we go. So that's what I learned. That's the one bit of Greek I learned, yamas. And then I fucking drank a whole bunch of fucking, well, what was it? There's a Greek drink that they have. What was it called? I hated it. It was a horrible drink, It was, I can't mind what it was. It's like some sort of liqueur. It's not a liqueur. Ouzo, that's what it fucking is. Ouzo. That shit was rank. Yeah, ouzo was fucking it. That was like, ugh, that was just, no. Oh, I wanted to like it, but it was just, ugh, no thanks. But hey, I tried it though. Yeah, that's what you do in a holiday. You try these things.
Baldur's Gate 3. They're translating this very foreign game into a language I can understand. For the most part, alright, I am getting it. And in fact, take a look at the last couple of streams, alright, if you like. Because what you'll find is, as I've approached Baldur's Gate in Rivington, I'm walking around and I'm exploring for myself. So I'm finding as much as I can, and then if I happen to have missed one or two things, people will tell me. So for example, I was about to enter Baldur's Gate yesterday, and someone was like, no, listen, you actually missed out. There's a fun area underneath where you are. If you go explore, you'll find it, and there's some optional combat. Now, I didn't even know what the combat was, but I listened to them. I went down there, I found it, and that way we got a little bit more. And by the way, doing that combat led to a discovery of a map. That map led us into an alternate area, into this fort. That allowed us to do a side mission to rescue someone from the prison and have an escape route. So if that person had not recommended to me, hey, here's something you completely missed, go check it out, we wouldn't have done any of that. So is that what you want? You want to play through where I skip a ton of content because it's easily missable because that's how the game developers made it? Or, well knowing that I'm not going back to Baldur's Gate 3 to do a second run, would you prefer that I do most of the content in the first one? Because that's the difference between you and me. You very well may like Baldur's Gate 3 enough that you go back and do multiple runs. I can't.
I want to remind everyone once again that the person did not mention Baldur's Gate 3 once.
Variety streamer, I've already put 100 hours in. This playthrough's going to be like 130, 140 hours. I can't go back and play it again. So I have to do all the meaningful stuff in one run. If you have a problem with people helping me to find the content, then don't watch the playthrough. Play it for yourself 7 times. There's nothing wrong with that, but telling me that I'm taking too much input from my chat when it's literally only applies to one playthrough, and it's because of a very specific circumstance that was explained up front when I started the playthrough. It was even a big disclaimer on part 1. This will be a very interactive playthrough. The only reason I'm playing it is because I said I wanted people to help me with it because I don't get it, and I know this is going to be a giant learning curve, and I'm going to need this kind of aid, and I know it's a one-time run, so let's do it all at once. This was all explained up front. If you didn't listen, that's on you, not on me. But that's the point. I can read between the lines and stuff like this. This person is so upset. The first thing they say is, I wouldn't be surprised if you skip this comment. So, by the way, stop taking suggestions from your stream chat. What are you talking about? Right? Literally, when I start playing a game, the first thing that people say, okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to go through that door, you're going to head right. There's an enemy there hiding. Don't get hit by that enemy. Then dodge left and right. None of that happens. You're an idiot. You're a liar. right? What you're trying to do is you're trying to create a straw man, and then you present that straw man as a fact. It's not a fact. It's the straw man you created to present an argument that isn't. It's fallible. It's false. It's a false narrative. Okay.
Phil, I'm being as honest as possible here, right? Now, do people just immediately hold your hand in games? No. But Phil is okay usually when he's fucking playing a game for the first time. He'll just fucking get into the game, he'll play the game normally, whatever. The moment Phil gets stuck on a game, and he is stuck for like 30 seconds or a minute, and he doesn't know what to do, instead of trying to take time to work things out logically and all that shit and look around him and explore whatever and think of an alternative solution, no. He will just then, wait for the answer to appear in stream chat. Sometimes he'll just flat out ask for it, and sometimes he'll just go and just make some confused noises, and the head will keep going back at chat non-stop to see if anyone's giving him a fucking solution. That is the one big thing to critique Phil on, and I think that's what the fucking suggestion box thing was trying to insinuate. Phil does get his hand held way too fucking much these days with games. He has done for it. As soon as Phil started live streaming, it has essentially been like that, where Phil no longer has to fucking try and work things out for himself, because the second he gets stuck in a game, he has somebody there to hold his fucking hand and get him through the fucking thing.
If you don't like Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough because of the way I've done it, don't watch it, play it yourself, and don't try to generalize comments like this because it just makes you look stupid. Okay?
You're the one that fucking insinuated and seemed to imply that he's only talking about Baldur's Gate 3. You're the one that generalized and fucking made it into Baldur's Gate 3 when Baldur's Gate 3 was not mentioned in the comment.
Cool. Just listen to this. I love this. Because this guy, every comment this guy leaves is angry. Right? Every comment.
Look who's fucking talking with the angry fucking responses.
Like an angry butthurt comment. Right? Apply your rules regarding bullying and harassing in your chat. Because apparently I just let people bully and harass others all day.
Well, Canadian Kirk is still allowed in your chat and he's an open racist. But you allow him to still persist because it gives you money. So I guess it's okay for people to be a racist piece of shit in your chat, as long as they fucking line your pockets.
Long in my chat. Do you see? This is the classic case of a loaded questions or loaded suggestions. They're proposing scenarios that don't exist, as if they do, to then say, well, here's a criticism. But your criticism is invalid. Do I allow people to come into my chat and bully and harass others all day long? No. Lots of other streamers do. People actually say the opposite of my chat. That is not allowed. Right? And a lot of people complain about that. They say, oh, man, Phil, he doesn't allow that stuff, so now we don't have freedom to say what we want or something, right? But the truth is, people have a good time in the chat because they don't have to worry about a lot of people attacking each other. They don't have to worry about people being bullying and nasty to each other. Does it happen sometimes? Yes. I can't always stop it. You see when I call it out. Absolutely. You see me call it out and stop that shit and put it into it, right? But there you go, right? I'm not even going to read another word from this guy. Do you want to know what he said in this comment? He says, there's cases of erotic roleplay permeating the active discourse. Why am I even reading this? Do you see? He actually said that. Listen to this. He says, there is a lack of moderation. There's a cultivation of a community of bullies and harassers, of legitimate viewers and active fans. It's a combination of spam trolling and erotic roleplay permeating the active discourse of my chat.
Actually, it happened before. Like, Phil's chat did actually engage in some sort of, like, roleplay. I've seen evidence of it. I don't know how recent ago it was, but I think, yeah, it definitely fucking happened.
It's obvious the reason the person said up front, you're not going to post this comment, is because they wanted me to read the most ridiculous things I've ever seen, right? Let me tell you guys, at every moment, it's just erotic roleplay in my chat. I mean, that's the problem. It's a major problem. I've been reported so many times for it. It's completely out of control. Right? I mean, totally. That's not the polar opposite of the truth. And, and people don't give me shit all the time for not making sexual comments and not partaking in any kind of romantic relationships in games. It's that we're just constantly doing erotic roleplay. Gotcha. All right. I've had enough of reading that comment. We'll move on to another one. That was a complete waste of time. Good Lord. Let's see. By the way, that guy, no kidding, he had like 10 bullet points in his comment. 10 things he actually expected me to go through when the first 2 were so ludicrous. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Well, the chat is responding pretty appropriately to that comment. Okay. I've been a fan of yours since Heavy Rain. Ugh, I hair in my mouth. Ugh. Okay. I get why you had to change from how you used to be. Nowadays I do find you kind of boring. I mean, put me to sleep boring. I haven't been able to watch any videos since Hades. I tried, but somehow you need to figure out how to become more entertaining. Well, here's the thing. There's different kinds of content. There's different kinds of entertainment. All right? Sure, 10, 15 years ago, I was known as the over-the-top. Anything goes. equal opportunity offender. Like, that's what I called myself. I'm the equal opportunity offender. I will criticize and make jokes about any race, any creed, any gender. It'll be about sex, it'll be about violence, it'll be about, you know, ethnicity, as long as they're generalized jokes. That's the thing. I never wanted to make it so that a certain group felt like they were being targeted. And I don't think I ever really received a complaint about that. Normally it would be that, yes, by the time that it was your turn for a joke, some people would be like, oh man, it's hard to take. But then again, Phil kind of jokes about everything, so it's kind of fair, right? Back in the day, no one complained. No one had issue with that commentary, all right? Now they do. Now anything like that.
Back in the day, you were banned on Blip fucking TV for that sort of commentary, Phil. They absolutely did fucking have a problem with it back in the fucking day. Even when you fucking made it, even at the height of fucking popularity, people fucking complained about it and you mocked them.
It's considered an absolutely horrible joke. Anytime I even try to make a dark joke these days, people criticize. I mean, take a look at the playthrough that I did. I don't even remember the name of the game anymore, all right? But it was a game about the heist went wrong, right? That there were like 3 brothers who were doing a heist at like a gas station, and there's other survivors in there, and basically there's a girl and there's a corrupt sheriff.
Oh my god, he's actually referencing the side scrollers thing. He's actually mentioned the seller to the slave trade. The slave trade. Hold on. If he's going to reference it, we need context. We need context. So give me a second here. Let me make sure. We're going to play Phil's clip first, and then we'll see the context. So give me a second here. Here we go. This'll do. Hold on. So there we go. This is a clip here. I went and took the clip here from DSP Tries at Memology 101. Let's see what Phil has to say about it first, Let's see what Phil says first. I should rewind it. Brian says he made a weird plopping noise with his thumb there. Let's just rewind it so we can see if I can hear a weird noise.
And I don't think I ever really received a complaint about that. Normally it would be that, yes, by the time that it was your turn for a joke, some people would be like, oh man, it's hard to take. But then again, Phil kind of jokes about everything, so it's kind of fair, right? Back in the day, no one complained. No one had issue with that commentary, all right? Now they do. Now any...
Hold on a second as well. Hipplecat, didn't you win a bingo recently, or am I mistaken? I can't remember. Who was the most recent bingo winner? I can't mind who it was. I can't mind who it fucking was. You were AFK. Who won the last bingo? Can anyone remember? It happened like was it Thursday? Not Thursday, Wednesday I think it was. Was it? I can't mind who won it. Oh, it's annoying me. How? Fuck. Give me a second. I need to check. I mean, sorry for derailing my own fucking stream here, but I mean, I'm always trying to find like bingo winners if I need to find them. But as I said, we've had quite a few bingo winners recently. So it's kind of hard to fucking keep track. So was it 21st? Hold on, let me check the 21st stream. Shut up, my stream. And did we do marbles? We must have done. No, we didn't do marbles. It wasn't the 21st then, balls. It's the 20th then, I imagine. I know we won recently. And there was a case of. There's my stream music again. Give me a second here. Yeah, we had marbles. Here we go. So, who won? Give me a second here. Captain Obvious. Okay, my bad. It wasn't about Captain Obvious won bingo. And I've not heard from him yet. So if Captain Obvious is around, keep an eye out for Captain Obvious basically. And if I don't see them, then the money's going to Jasper's Angels. Hippocat did one recently as well, but because I didn't hear from them at the time, I just gave it to Jasper's Angels, and hopefully Hippocat's going to be okay with that. They were donated in his honour. But yeah, Captain Obvious was the most recent. There you go. Hippocat says I don't want anything anyway. It's just happy to play. Cool stuff. Well, your part of the winnings went towards Jasper's Angels. So there we go. Courtney's asking what's going on. Basically, I'm just trying, if anyone ever sees Captain Obvious, fucking let them know they won bingo. But I'm going to wait another few more days, and if I don't hear from them, the money's going to Jasper's Angels. I can't derail myself because I was trying to remember who had won bingo most recently. I just can't fill up my fucking head. I'm always trying to look out for bingo winners just because, to try and make sure people get prizes if they want their prizes. Anyway, so here's what Phil said about. So he's going to try and retcon the slave trade joke.
Anything like that is considered an absolutely horrible joke. Anytime I even try to make a dark joke these days, people criticize. I mean, take a look at the playthrough that I did. I don't even remember the name of the game anymore. All right, but it was a game about the heist went wrong, right? That there were like 3 brothers who were doing a heist at like a gas station, and there's other survivors in there, and basically there's a girl and there's a corrupt sheriff. So I made a joke in the playthrough. All right. that the corrupt sheriff, who, by the way, there's evidence in the game, he has a black book of horrible things he's done to the town. He's basically blackmailing the town. He's a drug dealer. He's a scumbag. So I make a dark joke that this guy also maybe like taking in kids and having like a whole kind of slave trade deal going on too, because that's the kind of thing a guy like that would do. If this guy really was ruling the town with an iron fist and he's like this underworld kingpin, but he's the sheriff too, don't you think he would be doing more awful things? So I make the comment and people, oh, horrible joke, awful.
Yeah. There's one problem that, Phil, and Ira points out. The evidence that the sheriff is corrupt appears after. It is not known at that time that the sheriff is corrupt. So there's one of two possibilities here. Either Phil spoiled himself and knew the sheriff was corrupt before playing it, which goes against this whole no bullshit, no spoilers kind of thing. Or this comment that Phil made here was just based off what he felt like saying at the time. So this is what Phil said. This is the actual clip here. Clip from DSP Transit Memology 101.
Hero. Anyway, I promise, no one from our family is gonna die.
Wow, a complete lie. What an asshole.
That's far enough.
I'm Sheriff Romero. I guess you must be Vince. Best if we make this quick.
All right, boys, prepare the slave trade. We're selling her right off for profits.
You know how much I love you, right?
All the way to the moon.
That's right. You get scared, you just look up at the sky and remember that, okay?
Okay.
Put the kid in the vehicle. Stay with her.
That's right, she's too valuable to escape. She's worth lots of money.
Daddy, please,
Crooked cop.
I have to, Pumpkin.
But what if you and Mommy don't come back?
Don't shoot. Shoot him. He's black. Shoot him. Racism.
Fuck me, man. So yeah, Phil, it was not known at that time that that sheriff was corrupt. So Phil either spoiled himself, or he just felt like fucking saying the first thing that was on his mind, which was saying, oh look, there's a small black child, and I'm going to make this joke. Slave trade. Although Phil, remember when Phil was asked about this joke on the side scores, and he's like, I didn't see race. I didn't even realise that she was black. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, it's such a bad look for Phil, and yeah, it's what I was like. So Phil is trying to pretend though he knew that the sheriff was corrupt, but at that point in the game, that wasn't revealed. So it's one of those things that Phil, I don't know. What is Phil's best retcon for that? That he spoiled himself in the game just to try and fucking know how to fucking play the game? But he claims he's just finished claiming he doesn't get his hand held in games, whatever, and tries to fucking work out for himself. I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm not sure what the best excuse would be for Phil. The simplest excuse is the simplest explanation is usually the right one. Phil's just a racist piece of shit.
Don't you see how that joke's terrible? What an awful thing to say. And I'm like, that's literally the kind of joke I made every 5 seconds back in the day in my old commentary. Like, that's a mild joke compared to the kind of jokes that I used to make back in the day. It really, really is. So the fact that today you can't even make dark jokes because you'll be, you know what I'm saying? People are, oh my god, a dark joke. They can't take it, right? So that's why in the modern era, you can't be like that anymore. You just can't. I mean, you can be if you constantly want to be the subject of a drama discourse. Like, if you're doing it today, you obviously are not a serious creator. All you're trying to do is get people to talk about you in a negative light, so at least your name's out there. And that's not my goal. I literally could today go right back to that style of commentary. And if I did, I would be talked about all over the internet. Oh my god, did you hear Darkside Film went back to this awful commentary? It's over the top, cancel culture shit, right? But I don't want to do that. My content today has evolved, all right? And here's the thing. It's evolved to the point where I'm no longer in line with what most people on YouTube want, because most people on YouTube want immature drama crap. That's not me, right? That's like saying, you were going to make a TV show. And so you made a TV show that was professionally made with all kinds of interesting plots and good vibes and things, but it doesn't get a lot of attention. But then someone made Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the dumbest, most vapid, empty-headed piece of dog shit television ever created, and that's the most popular thing on TV, so that's the right way to go, and you should keep making that, right? No. I've made the most vapid, shitty content on YouTube back in the day. I know that now, and I've matured and I've grown up from that kind of content. I don't want to make constant sex jokes. I don't want to make constant racial jokes. I don't want to be making these offensive comments for the sake of getting a rise out of people anymore. I'm past that. In fact, if you look at my demographics on YouTube, all right, you will see that my demographics over the years have completely changed. My audience in 2010 was a bunch of teenagers. I know because I used to pull the demographics and I always used to say, yeah, all of your viewers are teenagers, right? Now I pull my demographics and it says, whoa. Now most of my viewers are in their mid-20s to mid.
Your demographics will not fucking hit it with an exclamation of surprise, Phil. Your demographics do not respond that way. Whoa. If it opens a fucking page and just sees like big massive letters going, whoa, look at all these mature adults that are watching your content.
30s or mid-30s to 40s. That's where all of my viewers are. Older people, adults around my age range who are looking for a different kind of content, right? That's what people want. They do not want trash, stupid drama on this channel, right? Now, there are people who want trash and stupid drama. They're not my viewers. They're my hate.
Oh my god, Phil, okay. I'm gonna say this as simply as possible. And I think it's not something he's going to adopt. But if he did adopt it, he would probably be far more successful, I think. Phil needs to make his content edited. He needs to cut out the fucking boring in-between shit. There is a particular reason why DSP Tries It Memology 101 gets fucking tens of thousands of views on Phil's fucking playthroughs and highlights of the fucking playthroughs. It's because he's cutting out the boring crap in between and he's just including entertaining stuff in there. If Phil adopted a... I'm not saying Phil has to fucking copy his exact formula because obviously Memology just focuses on Phil getting his arse kicked. If Phil actually fucking had a more streamlined experience where he's actually fucking only including the most entertaining matches or the most entertaining rage moments altogether, you know, then it actually would be more tolerable viewing. It's kind of like the best example I can think of is Review Tech USA. I remember like last year, Review Tech USA made a video on DSP, and the video was actually a solid video. It was a very watchable video. It was a decent video to watch, you know. And then I thought I'll check out an RTU live stream. The live stream was fucking pish. I didn't like it whatsoever. I thought it was pretty fucking boring. Yeah, so yeah, the edited part, you know, the edited content he made, solid. You know, the live stream, crap. And it's the same kind of thing with Phil. There is no... You can't cut out the crap when Phil's... with the way Phil does his fucking videos, because he doesn't edit anything. So... yeah, it's just one of those things. If Phil had his content edited, his on-demand content edited, and obviously, I mean, I'm not saying make this meal. The videos could be shorter. You could probably just have like a half-hour compilation of the best parts of the entire stream. You know, and between half hour and an hour or something. And they would probably do far better, I think.
There's scumbags out there, and that's literally why do you think the top YouTubers right now are people who are doing drama shit constantly? Even the gamers. I mean, the gamers are constantly causing drama, doing drama stunts and things. That's how they are. That's what dumb teenagers like. That's not the content that I make. Okay? I've grown and evolved over the years. I understand what this person is saying, but again, sadly, this is something you'll come to a realization about in life. Okay? Things change. They do. People change. Things change for the better. All right?
Remember, the comment the person made was, Phil, you're quite fucking boring. You can't put me to fucking sleep. Can you try and be more entertaining? And Phil's like, I can't do that because look at other people.
If you're looking for someone who's now been through the YouTube grinder, 16 years of my life I've been doing this. I have all the experience, all the knowledge. I know about how the games industry works. I know about all this shit. If that's the kind of stuff that you want to hear, you want to come here and see honest takes on game. You want to hang out with me for a podcast every day and have some honest discourse about things going on in the world. You want to have some fun laughing at the past on the Throwback channel. You want me to laugh at and react to content from all over the internet on the React Show, DSP versus the internet. This is the kind of content you can get. It's not going to be mainstream content. That's not what YouTubers are looking for. Excuse me. This is not what YouTube viewers are looking for. They're looking for the same vapid, drama, crap content that I was making 15 years ago. But that's not me anymore. I'm 41, about to be 42. Okay? So, that's why it's different. And again, when people say to me, oh, you changed for the worse, you're boring now, then it's time to move on. Right? If you don't like who I become as a person, despite the fact that I feel my content is more meaningful today than it ever was before, it's not harmful to anyone. That's a key factor. When you're watching my gameplay, when you're watching my podcast or my reacts, there's no one getting hurt. Right? I'm not causing drama. I'm not trying to cause fights and stuff, right? That's just the truth. And I like that a lot. The fact that when every day I can go to sleep and say, hey, I didn't actually have to hurt anyone to make $1 today, right? Didn't have to insult anyone, didn't have to cause any problems for anyone. I was just able to entertain an audience and make a living doing it. That's an honest paycheck. That's an honest day's work right there, right? Unlike the shit that they're doing on these...
Phil, you have no goddamn concept of what an honest day's work is like. You sit in your arse and you fucking beg profusely for fucking money until people give you money. You often guilt trip your audience to fucking give you money because by fucking insinuating that the previous fucking streams are fucking quite slow. if said support does not fucking come, you lash out at that same fucking audience. And some long-time fans are ending up getting fucking banned by you because you lash out at them and their opinions because you can't fucking handle their takes and criticisms.
Popular YouTube channels, I'm being honest about it, right? I said I'm basically the blue-collar content creator, busting my ass, working hard every day, not hurting anyone, just making a living, getting by, and hanging out with you guys, and that's what it's all about, all right? Versus what they do out there, pulling their stunts, being fake, doing all this fucking bullshit, scamming and all this shit. I'm not involved with any of that. And I hope that you understand and appreciate that I'm different, all right? So yeah, if that's the case and you don't get it and you don't like the modern me, then it's time to move on. People change it in time, man. It's, you know, it's like they say, a lot of people who I used to watch back in the day have changed. The angry video game nerd absolutely changed. The nostalgia critic changed. Fuck, Howard Stern apparently is completely different today than what he used to be. If you don't like what people become as they evolve, that's fine. That's just the human condition, is that things change over time. You have to accept it. Just don't sit there denying it or demanding that the past comes back. That's never going to happen. I'm never going to be Phil from 2010 again. It just won't happen. It's not going to happen. It can't happen. You understand? I'm a different person. Okay. Edit your throwback videos into longer format playthroughs. Have them only in 3 long parts. That way you can get through older playthroughs faster. Add chapters. People can always go back and finish the video. For perspective here, the content on the DSP Throwback channel, all right? Right now we're making 30-minute parts, okay? To make those 30-minute parts takes 4 to 5 hours of video, of editing. Just running it through the editor and coding it, okay? Can you imagine if right now, for the Final Fantasy 13 playthrough, which is around 35 hours long, that we tried to make a 12-hour video, the PC would be running for 2 weeks just to encode one video. It wouldn't work. What you're saying is preposterous. Maybe if I had a giant network of supercomputers, right? A server farm trying to fucking encode the video, maybe. That it's never going to happen. Okay? So I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, basically the thing is, people just have these crazy misconceptions about things. Oh, it should be so easy to do that content. Really? You think that taking those videos that look and sound atrociously bad, like some of them you can't even make out what I'm saying in the video at this point, because now, you know, years later, you're so used to the modern technology, it looks like shit, it sounds like shit. You think that running those videos through upscaling AI, through noise correcting AI, right? Then combining them together, that this should take like 20 minutes. Well, let me know what alternate universe you live in. I'd like to visit this multiverse where everything is like this. Really, I'd love to see it. It doesn't exist, but I'd love to know, because again, these people are living in an alternate reality when they think about this shit. They just want, what it's called,
Hey, fellas, at reality, it's the first bingo of the game.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He has a mini PC sitting there gathering dust that could fucking do this shit for him. And Brian A's got a theory that most likely Phil just dumps the files in like Google Drive, then he just does nothing else. That's probably it. I'd imagine that is likely it.
Instant gratification. I want it my way, immediately, for free, and if you don't give it to me my way immediately for free, you're doing it all wrong and it's your fault, right? Listen. Basically, the way I see it is, the way that those videos are releasing is good. It gives you a little bit of content every day, half an hour, right? It doesn't overwork the editors. So they're not having to pump 20, 30, 40 hours into each video, which would be ludicrous. Do you know how many views those videos are getting? On average, 100 to 200. Do you really think that we should run it through an editor for that long to get 100 views on a video? What are you talking about, right? Like, you're out of your mind. This way, we can guarantee new content every day, right? Because they're half-an-hour parts. And there's no lull. If you're interested in the playthrough, you can keep following it and watching it. Why on earth would we try to pump that much effort into those videos, edit it for 2-3 days straight to pump out a 5-6 hour video that's going to get 100 views, right? Like, what are you talking about? Again, please give me instant gratification of every single thing that I want with absolutely no rationale of why that would make sense or even any kind of understanding of what you're doing on the channel. Just give it to me now. No. We will not do that, okay? Shorten the podcast and dive into gameplay sooner. That one I've heard 4,000 times. We've already explained that in reality, a lot of the support and engagement that I'm getting these days on certain streams actually is from the podcast.
Phil, if you've heard it 4,000 times in the past, it means that 4,000 people will fucking want it. You know, I mean, if people constantly are telling you, your own audience are constantly telling you, shorten the podcast, do more gameplay. And you're saying no cause money. You're ignoring what your audience are asking for, constantly and repetitively, for the sake of the bottom line, the dollar, the mighty American dollar.
There's been certain days when I talk and we have a good conversation and good fun and I get support and I start the game and it's dead. Right now, we are leaning more towards content outside of the raw gameplay. This is going to continue to happen in the future. So, oh, just get rid of the podcast, shorten the podcast. It's the opposite is what's going to happen, because that's what's going on, is there's more support. Last week, you guys literally voted to have a chill night with me where all we did was talk, and it went well. That's true.
Because the alternative was fucking Tekken, but nobody wants Tekken.
It went well. So why are you getting me a comment here, drop the podcast, make a shorter podcast? No, people want more. That's what I'm seeing. The actual evidence versus this kind of one-off suggestion, the evidence is people are liking it more. So do more of it. Oh, let's see here. Let's see here. So this one actually is a good one. It says, you should try diving into YouTube. By the way, this is probably the last suggestion we take for today because I got to get the shout outs and stuff. You should dive into your YouTube analytics for podcasts. See what segments of the show have spikes or dips in viewer retention. Does the retention start to go down when you bring up a schedule? Consider shortening that segment. Does the retention spike when you discuss gaming news? Consider covering more gaming news or even expand into entertainment news. My robo-generated timestamps likely help with these stats, encouraging people to click through to parts of the podcast that interest them. Lowering retention for parts they want to skip past and raising retention for parts they want to watch. On the video's analytics page, there's a retention graph under engagement tab. The graph can provide valuable information as to who actually tunes into the podcast and why they're successful. Consider sifting through the retention graphs for multiple podcast episodes to recognize.
But Phil just said that he's an expert on YouTube and knows what he's fucking doing, so Phil surely knows this by now. This is OP Boone, by the way, that's fucking gave us comment, who fucking does the automatic timestamps for Phil and his shitey content. But Phil just claimed that he's been doing this for 15 years and this is his job and his passion and his life. So Phil should surely know this stuff already, you'd think. I mean, it's his job to know his fucking stuff.
Patterns and audience interest. This is all really good constructive criticism. I want to do that. My challenge is twofold. The first challenge of this is finding time to do it. When I'm already sitting here.
Wait, you mean you've never fucking done it yet, Phil? You've been doing this for 15 years and you've never looked into what parts of your fucking shitey fucking streams are the most popular based on your metrics and the views and the engagement or whatever and how the chat responds. Oh my god, Phil. You can dedicate a couple of hours to fucking look up the best fucking tech and gameplay to try and fucking mimic that, but you can't spend like fucking 30 minutes just checking the analytics page to see which stream, you know, which part of your stream was the most popular.
In this office, 8 to 10 hours a day, streaming, uploading, schedule, all this stuff, right? And it's taking up the vast majority of my time already with what I'm doing. I don't know when I'm going to find time to sit and sift through analytics. Now, I'd love to do this. Maybe what I could do, I'm curious if you could do it on the phone, like in the app, because I don't think you can. I think you have to do it actually in the real YouTube dashboard. Like I have analytics in the YouTube apps and stuff that I have, but it's not the full-fledged stuff. It's like a mobile downgraded version. But I'd have to look into this, okay? I would. I'd have to dive in. So, for example, what I could do, this very podcast, let it sit for a day or two, right? Go and look at the analytics, and there's engagement analytics, and see when did people come in and watch? When was their spikes? When were their dips? You know, what happened? That's what I got to figure out. The other challenge, and this sadly is a big challenge, okay, is knowing the fact that sadly, I'm not just making content for me. I'm making content that goes into other circles. And here's what I mean by that. Detractors. Every single day when I'm streaming, there's thousands of people rewatching this stream on someone else's stream. And when something gets said that's inflammatory, like for example, let's say, I don't know, Tevin is restreaming me today. And there's some particular meme he brings up, or there's something that I'm saying, a topic that he finds interesting, right? So then he'll bring it up on his stream. All of a sudden, some of his viewers will jump onto my stream, right? And what happens is that skews the audience, all right? And by the way, I just said Tevin because he's a common restreamer. Everyone says that he's someone who restreams me all the time for stuff, right? So basically what'll happen is there'll be spikes. Like I'll even see, oh my God, I will look, why on earth do I have like 600-700 viewers right now? I don't even understand it. Like where did that come from, right? And you'd be like, well, that's because someone was restreaming you. They said a comment about what you were saying, and so their viewers came over to see your stuff, right? To comment in the chat themselves or whatever. You'll notice.
So, as a detractor restreamer myself, I am going to I can't demand what my audience do, but I would strongly encourage you to stay away from Phil's streams. Now, if you want to go there, that is of course your own choice. But the whole point of me, you know, doing the restream for you is you guys don't have to go there. You know, you've got the bingo stream to try and see what Phil's doing. You don't have to add to his metrics. You don't fucking add to, you know. Remember as well, you know, if you go to his streams with an ad blocker, you might be fucking giving them money for ad revenue. If you have YouTube Premium, he'll get some money from that as well. So yeah, just let me with my ad blocker, you know, endure Phil streams for you. There we go. But of course, I can't demand what people do though. I'm not going to fucking demand if people fucking stay or go. But what I would do is encourage people to stay at Phil streams. Let the restreamers cover that for you.
All of a sudden, there'll be a ton of accounts that will come into the chat and all start saying the same thing. And that's because you know where they came from. They came from a restreamer stream. And that skews the data. So it sucks because, for example, if you're trying to use analytics to figure out, oh, I wonder, you know, what really was the most engaging part of the podcast, right? And it'll be, oh, it's when someone tipped $1 and started talking about Review Tech USA in a negative way and you commented on it. But in reality, your viewers don't care about that. That's the detractors. They care about that content. So they came to the stream to see it, but your viewers didn't give two shits. Your real supportive viewers. That's a problem. There's no way to tell in analytics where your real engagement is coming from. Like, what did my actual viewers and fans who are here every day, what did they like about my show today? That you can't tell, really, you know, because you're going to get those spikes and those interferences from outsiders. How many people can say every time that they put out content on YouTube, there's 1,000 people watching them on other streams that could skew their analytics at any moment? Right? Probably not many. Maybe me and a few other people who get restreamed all the time, like Wings and stuff like that. Probably a few of us, but not that many, right? We're in a unique situation where these tools sadly don't get used as much because we can't really use them because they get thrown for a loop whenever that kind of stuff happens, right? But I like the suggestion I guess because it would be a lot easier for me to do this stuff, for example, on my phone. Like, let's say, for example, you know, I'm on my day off, and Kat and I are relaxing in the living room, we're watching something together. Maybe Kat's playing a game and I'm watching her play, but maybe then I could pop open my phone and get the app open and say, let's take a look at the podcast from 2 days ago. Let's see the spikes and things, try to coincide those with the timestamps and see what people liked about the show or not, right? But if I got to come into this office and sit here dedicated, sitting in front of the freaking YouTube dashboard to do it, and I'm away from my family to do it, I don't see how I'm going to have time to do it. That's the problem. I'm already to the point where I've worked myself as much and stretched myself as thin as I can get. People are saying, we're not getting enough of the games we want. We're not getting enough of the React content we want. Then saying, oh, by the way, on top of that, spend more time analyzing your data and stuff. So I cannot do any more time. I can't. That's the limits of my time. You know what I mean? Like, I have to draw a line in the work-life balance at some point, and I'm already working too much. So there's got to be a split at some point. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, because I think it's a great suggestion. I actually do. I don't want to say, oh, I'm just going to discredit this entire suggestion. I think the suggestion is very valid and useful. I just don't know how I can implement it right now. Okay, well, that's enough of a suggestion box for today. We got to get shout-outs now. We started off today on the YouTube side of things. It was Orcs Are Dorks re-upped their membership for 33 months and said, hi, everyone. Hello, Orcs Are Dorks. Thank you so much for supporting this channel for almost 3 straight years. Pretty darn cool, right? Jack, also re-upping for 2 years, excuse me, 24 months. What future plans do you have for DSP Gaming? Future plans right now, I think this channel is doing good. I think that covering, you know, different game releases, variety of stuff, every once in a while doing a special event on the channel, the podcast every day, I think we're good. I don't think DSP Gaming needs anything to mix it up or change the formula. I do think other channels, like DSP Reacts, DSP Throwback, those are channels that we can grow and do new stuff. I don't see this channel changing that much. I think that this one is working fine, okay? Okay. All right, unless you have suggestions, in which case, I'm open. You have a suggestion of something we could change, do differently, or maybe create some growth or evolving of a content that I put on this channel. But I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and it seems like this is the channel people want this content on, right? So, there you have it. Okay. So on the tip side of stuff, we start off today. Okay, a 333 anonymous tip. Basically, they sent me a message, and they said, it's just a message about the React show, that they had accidentally submitted the wrong clips. So it's all good. It happens. For the record, I noticed that. At least for one clip I noticed was a repeat, and I did not put that into the playlist. So it happens. Just be a little more careful, so that way you know, you're moving forward. You don't end up having your clips skipped. So there you go. Thank you for the tip. I don't want to skip the clip. Oh my God, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Okay. A disgusting, raucous belch. It's really gross. I'm sorry about that.
I think we need to hear that one more time. At normal speed.
I don't want to skip the clip. Oh my God, excuse me. Oh,
Jesus Christ, man. Oh. He is not sorry. He is definitely not sorry.
So sorry, everybody. Okay. A disgusting, raucous belch. It's really gross. I'm sorry about that. I received a $25 tip.
Bruh.
All right, so 1 Minute Man did $25 tip. And interesting suggestion, so I'll read it. Hold on. I was skimming through what he was saying, trying to understand what he said before I read it back to you guys. Okay, so here's what 1 Minute Man has to say. Ready? He says, just a suggestion. Now that you're 100 hours into Baldur's Gate 3, maybe around 40% of that was you walking, talking, exploring, doing minor side quests, and minor combat. If you had played this off the clock a few hours a week, uploaded that to your YouTube channel, and encouraged people to watch these videos before the stream, then you focused only on major story elements in the stream, you could be in the real endgame now. I know that if you owned a restaurant, you wouldn't want to have to make sandwiches off the clock, but sometimes sacrifices have to be made, like with Will. Now, you can say, here's the thing, all right? Well, 1 Minute Man, here's the thing. Okay? First of all, what you're suggesting actually works perfectly for someone who's not a live streamer. Just being honest, yeah, if I wasn't a live streamer, that's the kind of stuff that I used to do all the time, actually. Before I was a live streamer and everything was live broadcast to the world, I would always play games off the clock because everything was off the clock. Everything was just an on-demand video. And sometimes I would not upload absolutely everything, or I would streamline because I knew kind of what was coming in the game or something like that. When I first started as a live streamer, I actually sometimes would play off the clock. I'll give you an example. Games like Dark Souls or Demon Souls, what I would actually do is grind off camera because people didn't want to see me grind in the game. They felt like that was boring, so I would grind off camera and then I would come back many levels higher to basically take on the story, right? That way I could steamroll the story and not have to worry about, oh, I'm under leveled for it and I have to go repetitively grind to level up more to take on the rest of the story, right? However, people hated that. No exaggeration, people absolutely rallied against it. Why are you grinding off camera? Why are you playing the game off camera? Now the playthrough is not legitimate because your honest first time experience was ruined because you were just running off camera and basically doing this stuff and we didn't get to see it, and therefore it's not legit. Seriously, that is the actual criticism I got when I was doing stuff off camera back in the day. So it just became, all right, so my first time playthroughs will be 100% honest. We're not going to do anything off camera. We're not going to skip anything. It's just going to be everything you see is what you get. So that way when you're watching my streams, that's my honest first time experience with the game with no exception. And that's how we've treated it for many, 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 many years. And that's what people wanted. All right. What you're suggesting would be, for example, if I was someone who, how can I say? If I was someone who was not a full-time streamer, but instead was a YouTuber who edited all their content, correct? Streamlined their playthrough, correct? Then you're right, and I'm sure a lot of people did that too. I'm sure a lot of people have done that. They took a playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, and instead of it being a raw 100-hour playthrough, they edited that down to 40 hours of the major story. And there's a lot of other side stuff. It's like, well, if you want to see that, maybe I'll release that later, or I'll do a side quest, side series where you can see that, but the main plot points you can see here, right? And I understand that that might be more digestible for a certain kind of audience, but I'm a full-time live streamer. I'm not that kind of a YouTuber. I don't sit there editing videos offline. I don't, you know what I'm saying? A lot of YouTubers actually edit out fails. They edit out things that they feel are boring in their playthroughs, right? You know, you'll be traveling across a map. It's like, well, that's boring. Nothing happened. Just edit out 5 minutes. They'll do that. I'm the raw gameplay guy. Like I've always have been. And again, I was very strongly criticized around the times when I was not just the raw gameplay guy, that I'm leaving out stuff. In the case of your specific suggestions, all right? You're saying play the game off camera, right? But then be sure to stream the story. I can't do that. Why? Because I don't know what's the story and I don't know what's not. I've never played the game before. Remember, I'm not sitting here with a guide or strategy or anything. Everywhere I'm going, I'm just walking around and exploring genuinely, correct? And I will maybe discover a major story element. Like yesterday, when I went into Worm Fortress or whatever, I did run into major story elements, but I also ran into a bunch of side quests, right? Like it was a combination of factors there. I didn't know what I was going to find in there. I had no idea.
Well, what are you talking about? You play Baldur's Gate 3 co-op though, with your entire audience. It's a co-op stream every time. It's not just you.
So, unless I'm spoiling myself on this content, there's absolutely no way that I would know only stream these parts and leave the other parts for off stream and then later on upload or separately. You know what I'm saying? Like, the raw live streams, that way you don't miss anything, right? Everything is always broadcast to the people watching, and you can't miss anything out. Now, you're right. That also creates bloated content, because every piece of side content, every piece of exploration, every piece of that experience is shown publicly, and it can make the playthrough much longer. But I think a lot of people like that about my playthroughs. When they watch it, they say, okay, if this is my honest first time playing the game, this is what it's like. You know how many people over the years have said they really enjoyed a playthrough of mine because they've played the game, but they're a fan of the series. They know all about it, correct? Well, me, I'm an outsider, right? I went into Baldur's Gate 3 knowing nothing about D&D, knowing nothing about what the game was going to play like outside of the combat that I did in Divinity 2. But outside of that, it was all fresh and new. So now to see an outsider play this is fun because you're seeing that first time honest experience to everything, to the story elements, to the side content, to the traversal, to the exploration, to all the things, right? I'm sure a lot of people get laughs when I walk into a room full of poison and I freak out because it goes into turn-based mode, which I absolutely hate turn-based mode out of combat. I don't ever want to use it. And I'm freaking out that the AI won't follow me and stuff like that. People get a kick out of that, right? But that's my honest reaction. People are like, haha, see, here's a newbie getting owned by these mechanics that we're pro at, and we just coast through that, and it's fun to see him fail at that, right? So that's what I mean. Like, that's what a lot of people come to my content for. I totally understand the kind of content you're suggesting. You're more hands-on, more edited, more curated, more, you know, let's streamline. There's tons of content creators to do that. They're not full-time live streamers. Full-time live streamers won't do that. Or the content creator themselves is the full-time live streamer, but they're rich because they're giant content creators and they hire a whole editing team. And so the editing...
But you also have editors Phil, working for you around the clock. Why can't your editors do anything for you?
Team will take their content and clip it up, chop it up, and say, okay, here's the streamlined story playthrough, here's the side stuff, here's it, and they do that for them because they get paid to do it. I don't have that, right? I don't. Already I got people working their butts off to make stuff for the Throwback channel, and that's just minimal editing work. I don't have a crack team of 30 people who can all sit down and start editing and chopping up and doing...
Wait, Phil, what do you mean minimal editing work? I thought you said a lot of effort and work went into this. All of a sudden, this amazing re-digitized, re-visualized, this reworking of your old crappy content and making it more, better. All of a sudden, all their efforts are just downgraded to minimal. Make up your mind, Phil. Is what your editors do impressive or not impressive?
Minimal editing work. I don't have a crack team of 30 people who can all sit down and start editing and chopping up and doing... Because it's funny because people suggest this all the time. Why don't you have someone sit there and watch your podcast and chop that podcast up into clips? Like when you did your reaction to the Dark Souls, I keep saying Dark Souls, when you did a reaction to the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, why didn't you have someone clip that out as an edited clip and post it up as a separate video? Because I don't have people to do that.
You have literally people doing it for you right now, essentially.
I can't pay employees. My money has to go to
And there's confirmation right there. The people doing all the editing work for him right now don't receive a fucking penny. Confirmation that Phil making $5,000 a month and not a single penny of that will go to his team of editors and thumbnail creators.
and post it up as a separate video because I don't have people to do that. I can't pay employees. My money has to go to basic stuff. I'm not a filthy rich dude like these other content creators are thinking about.
For God's sake. Yeah, and Mr. Merchant says Kat is not an employee. She's paid in fucking DoorDash.
I'm not. It's hilarious how I always get held up to them. Like, here's someone who's only 10 times bigger than me. Literally, he's probably a millionaire. And they have a team of editors to do this for them. I can't do that. You know, I'm a one-man show. I always have been. I do get help now, which is nice. That there's some people who've stepped up and said, look, we've always wanted to see this throwback stuff. Let's help you with it. Let's do it. And I'm like, thank you so much for that. But I can't hire a team of editors to make this style of content. I just can't.
Then you get what you fucking deserve from the results of your content. If you're not going to put in the effort to make it more digestible and watchable, then the outcome is you're not going to get many people watching your content. There is no surprise that detractors get more views than you, more engagement than you, more of an audience than you. There's no surprise there, because detractors make your content more bearable to digest and consume. It's better title, people know what they're going to expect when they click on your video or whatever they make. You know, yeah, Phil, you're screwing yourself here as per usual, because you're not going to put in the time to make it more watchable.
Listen, if I had that, maybe things would be different, right? But I can't. You know, I can't. So it is what it is. You know, in a perfect world, first of all, I love being a live streamer. I would always want my streams to be the raw stuff. I wouldn't want to have my stream be, oh, we're saved this special part of the story just for this stream, and that's all we're doing today on stream. I think that's silly. I like genuinely exploring and enjoying games with my audience. I don't want to have a different kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, Sith, just stop. He goes, oh, YouTubers your size have an editor. Then they don't pay them. I'm just telling you, like, listen, I have no sponsors. I have no product placements. I have none of that extra income. Literally, my income is ad revenue on YouTube, membership revenue on YouTube that doesn't even exist anymore because of the fake memberships. Okay? Super chats on YouTube and the tips that come in. All right?
And Patreon. Are you going to just completely forget about they're like $400 a month from Patreon? Plus, remember, Phil, you've got memberships across free channels. You have super chats across free channels. You have, you know, all this shit across free channels. All the YouTube side engagement and support and revenue, membership, super chats, super thanks across free separate channels. On top of all that, you also have tips, and on top of that, you have your Patreon. You literally need to count on two hands all the ways you can fucking give Phil money.
That's it. I don't have all this other income that maybe these other YouTubers have. I don't know how to explain it to you any more matter-of-factly, okay? There's no one of my stature bringing in a few hundred views a video who's then paying an editor. That's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard in my life. You don't know what you're talking about. If you think someone who brings in less than 1,000 views on a stream and a few hundred views per video on YouTube is paying an editor, you are very misinformed. Okay?
And yet, Phil, if you had an editor, you would probably get several thousand views per video.
Very, very misinformed.
You have to speculate to accumulate. If you had people... Why do you think you only get a couple hundred views per fucking video? Because it's not fucking edited.
That could be true. Someone just said, perhaps some of these people are doing it for resume experience. You may be right. Maybe that's the case. Maybe some people are coming in and saying, you know, if I can say that I was an editor for a YouTuber for a year or two, and then I can actually go off to do this kind of work for a company because I have experience that I can show, maybe that's what it is. But I'm telling you right now, I cannot afford to pay someone a paycheck to edit my videos. I just can't. You know, right now, like I told you, things right now are very, very tight for me personally, just as is. Because of this stuff going on with these memberships and stuff, right now I'm barely to the point where I'm getting by, I'm making it, but it's so tight. How the hell am I supposed to afford to pay an editor to do this stuff? It's never going to happen.
If things are so fucking tight, then how can you afford to fucking go out once a week for a fucking lavish slap-up meal with your fucking fat-ass beefy wife? Perhaps cut back on the multiple DoorDashes and not shit, Phil, if things are really that super tight for you financially?
Okay. So, back to One Minute Man's point. I agree with what One Minute Man is saying, okay? I think that what One Minute Man is saying would actually work for a certain audience. There would actually be people who would prefer a more streamlined playthrough. A 40-hour Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough that just covers the major plot point, and if you want to see side questing or whatever, you can go tune into it in a separate playlist or a separate project or whatever it may be. But that's not the kind of YouTuber I am. I'm a full-time live streaming YouTuber. The vast majority of income I make is from live streams. If I didn't live stream all the time and I just relied on edited content on YouTube, I would not make a living. YouTube has changed so much in the last 7 to 10 years. Ad revenue plummeting, all these things changing. It wouldn't be viable, you know? The streams are my lifeblood. People like that honest first-time experience of me playing a game. If I were to change that and change the kind of creator I am, that would basically really screw up the way that I make content and the way that right now I'm actually making my living. So I don't think it would work short-term. Maybe long-term if it was a big transition. But again, that's not something I can do. That would have to be like some professional editors get involved, which I just cannot do. Okay? Sparky 31 did a super chat. He says, I watch your Elden Ring videos. Why did you blame the input of the game so much? I don't know what that means. The input of the game so much. Particularly when I played Elden Ring, the number 1 complaint I got is I did jump attacks too much. The number 2 complaint I got is that when I found an overpowered weapon, I used it too much. And I was very stubborn. Like when I was playing it, I was super stubborn with trying to kill a boss that was optional. I didn't need to fight it, and I spent tons of time fighting it or whatever. I don't particularly remember anyone saying that I was saying too much, that the inputs weren't working. With me, with FromSoft games, a big complaint that to this day is that sadly, yeah, the FromSoft control scheme, especially for Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and Demon Souls, is delayed. And they do it on purpose. Other games don't have that innate delay or startup to their attacks. Like, go play Neo, right? Or go play... Lies of P doesn't even have it. Like, Lies of P is a very fast reacting game. For some reason, FromSoft love their delay, their startup on attack. And I do criticize that. I think to this day, I just like to play a FromSoft game where your character moves faster than a snail's pace when you press the button. That would be nice. And we still have...
Isn't it more realistic though? Like, nobody fucking, like, immediately moves that fast usually, unless you're some sort of fucking ultra, like, trained ninja or whatever. You know, or some, you know... But those reflexes are normal though, isn't it? Like, anyone in real life, when they're gonna fucking make a move, make an action, it will start off static. It won't just immediately go from 0 to 100. There has to be an in-between to get to that point. So it's... I mean, the movement to me, I can understand the frustrations from a gamer's point of view, but isn't it just more fucking realistic? Which is usually that's what Phil likes in games. Phil fucking hates it when games are not realistic and all that shit. It takes him out of his fucking immersion. Isn't that sort of thing usually a plus in Phil's eyes, where it's been more realistic for him?
Seen it, okay? It's an innate part of the programming of the game. I don't particularly remember complaining about it that much in Elden Ring. I had other things to complain about. I don't particularly think it was that big of an issue. Maybe you have focused in on a few moments where it was, and if that's the case, I'm not going to say you didn't. I mean, the Elden Ring playthrough was like 100 hours, so very much so there probably were parts that I was pissed off about at that. So, but I don't remember that being an issue, nor do I remember really even bringing that up in my review of the game. So, thank you for the super chat. See here? And we got someone insulting me, so thanks for the insult, and I'm not going to read that. Okay.
Cunt.
Alright, guys, it's definitely time to end the show, because we got to get set up for the React show, okay? So I want to say thank you. We actually did some suggestion box today, finally, for the first time in a while, so that's good. And, I hope that you guys are... Oh, my nose itches bad today. I don't know why. Right here on my nose has been itching the whole podcast. If you notice, I've been, like, scratching it. It's really been itchy today. Hopefully it stops. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your feedback. Thank you all for chilling. And for those who supported the show as well, thank you very much. And, tomorrow, I'm sure we'll be talking about how this React day went, and more...
What the fuck happened to his voice? So he said tomorrow.
Well, thank you very much. And tomorrow, I'm sure we'll be talking about how this React day went and more topics. So thank you all. Please be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. And I will see you on Monday for another episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Okay, everybody. Allow me to switch over to the React show. Setup, that is. And what I will do is that the stream's going to go offline for a few minutes. Oop, looks like the capture device needs a refresh. There we go. Much better. Let me get the camera sized correctly. There we are. Is the border? No. The border is the wrong border. Hold on a second. I did not use the blue border. I have to fix that. Let's do that. There we go. Let's get the logo up here. And let's get the proper pop-ups on the screen. There we are. Alrighty. Now remember... The contributions for the podcast carry over to the React show as if it were one stream. Even though technically it's not, and this stream is going to end, and that stream is going to begin over on the React channel. I'm carrying over contributions so that we can do things like hit Tips Goal. I hope that we hit the Tier 1 Tips Goal today at the very least. That would be great. Alright, so guys, this stream is going to go offline. You're going to see a notice. It's going to say, hey everyone, head over to DSP Reacts for the React show. I hope you'll head over there and chill with me for the afternoon. Should be a good one. Good variety of clips this week. And we'll go from there. Alright, everyone. Thank you for a great podcast. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and I'll see you over on DSP Reacts.
And I'm going to click points at text.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Yeah, so basically Phil kind of did imply to point at text a couple of times on the screen, so yeah. Well, so we can now move over to his Shite React channel. No. Oh god, what the fuck is he reacting to here? Well, let's rewind it to when he was not live. No. Did I time that perfectly? Did I fit?
Okay, good afternoon.
How in the hell did I manage to time it perfectly? Actually, almost perfectly.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to DSP Reacts for...
Yeah, almost perfectly I fucking timed that. Just out of nowhere, the first thing I click on to try and find the fucking perfect point. So, let's make sure it's at normal speed right now. We'll go there. Cool, we'll go with that. And also, let's make sure let's update his chat as well, shall we? Let's update the chat. So we have Phil's current chat in there. So we can do that here. Let's replace that with that. And so in the bottom corner, you'll see Phil's most recent chat from his DSP Reacts crap. There we go. So yeah, basically for people that are new, for people that might not be aware what the fuck's going on, the game continues until Phil starts recording for his React crap. The podcast is over, but there's an in-between bit where Phil talks to his audience and sets up for the fucking React crap. So yeah, the game is still very much afoot.
So his date was matched work, but it was.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to DSP Reacts for DSP versus the Internet, our weekly clips react show here on the channel. I have a lot of fun doing it. It is the members who submit these clips, and every week we have a big variety of clips submitted. So I'm excited to see what you have all come up with this week.
Shut up, bitch. We have 100 likes, which means that we have a free space on the bingo card, a second free space of the game. And not only do I have a second free space, but you guys also get to enjoy the Balur animation, that Pixar animation so very kindly made for us all to enjoy to celebrate 100 likes. Remember, keep an eye on the bottom right for Jasper to do his thing. Fuck him up, Jasper. Good cat.
Should be a good time. All right, so please just allow me to refresh my setup here and get the stream chat open. That's what I need to do, and then I gotta set up the playlist, and then we can get started. Very good. Hope you're all in good spirits and having a good weekend. Excuse me. If you like the show, and if you tune in every week, and if you enjoy it, please consider contributing and supporting the channel. The best way you could do that today would be either a super chat, a membership, or a tip. All those would be greatly appreciated. Keep in mind, this channel doesn't really make much else. It's really stream support that keeps it going. These videos that we watch every week end up getting claimed. Pretty much, you know, to the max, which sucks. You know, here I am doing fair use reacting to content, which should be protected, but no. YouTube just decides to demonetize every video I upload to the channel, which is, of course, ridiculous bullshit, but that's just the case. So, if you could support the channel today in some way, that would be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. All right. Let me just go ahead and refresh everything here. Okay. And, of course, as you know, it is my goal to hit a tier 1 tips goal of $50 every stream. And sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. It sure would be great if we could do that for this stream. Right now, we're already at 28 heading into the show. So we've got a big head start. I'll be here all afternoon, 3+ hours of reacting. So, again, please consider supporting the channel. All right. I'm trying to just get my headphones unknotted. And once I do, I'm going to sync the playlist, and then we can begin. In fact, let me sync the playlist here. Here, let me do this.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! Okay, I think that just synced it. And let's do this. Okay. Once again, we got more lolcow shit, but at least it's the very first video and we can get it out of the goddamn way. Seriously.
And I want to remind everyone that he's complaining about a video that his Ultra member submitted. Remember, he begins this crap off with Ultra members and their submissions. The ones that paid $20 fucking to be an Ultra member. And here's Phil complaining about what his Ultra members are picking for him.
Okay. I know, Eternal Napalm. Absolutely. Courts have ruled that React-style content, as long as you are adding commentary, criticism, or something transformative, that it is indeed considered fair use content. A court has ruled on this. So why on earth YouTube just lets everything get claimed regardless makes no sense, but that's YouTube.
Phil, by using your own logic, then you could just fucking just like do the whole Avengers like fucking movie, you know, and pause it every 5 minutes and fucking have a critique or a fucking opinion about it. It would get claimed, it wouldn't be allowed. It's not transformative.
YouTube skirts the law. No one holds them accountable. So there you go. Anyway, let's get started here, everyone. All right. So FYI, a couple quick ground rules as we begin, just so you guys know. Support greatly appreciated. If
you said it like fucking 2 minutes ago. You said, guys, I'd love to fucking hit a tier 1 tips goal. I'd love to hit fucking glasses today, guys. You know, it'd be great. And here you go again, like reiterating the fucking same thing over and over again.
Any support today, whether it's a super chat, a membership, a tip, I shout it out between the parts, and the parts are roughly 30 minutes long. So FYI, please hold off for a shout out until we get to that point, and I'd be very happy to do any shout outs once we get to that point. We start off with the Ultra member submissions. These are videos submitted by those who are the biggest supporters of the channel. Then once that playlist is done, it's about 14 videos this week. Then we're going to swap over to the standard member submissions, of which there's like 25 to 30 this week, all in a randomized order playlist. And that's how we do the show. Fair enough? All right, I think without further ado, we'll begin. Let's get started. Here we go.
Really?
Hello, everyone.
Well, now he's recording for YouTube, and that's going to bring an end to the fucking bingo. That's a bit fucking disappointing. Hold on a second, is that the real Derek? Is that the real Derek re-upping his own membership? His standard membership, though. Hold on. Is Derek... Hold on a second. Derek is a standard member, apparently. But does that mean that he's not a contribution member? Give me a second here, give me a second here. The bingo's over, okay? You know, it's a shame I didn't get a victory. But let me see what the tier levels are. Shut up, bitch. It is a standard membership, so Derek is popping his membership message from a gifted membership that is from one of these Argentinian member bombs. So Derek can still no longer... Derek could just use, like, you can just may as well... You think Derek would just pay an extra couple of dollars, you know, just to fucking submit videos to fucking DSP Reacts, but Derek doesn't want to do that. Derek does not want to give Phil money. So he just sits there... He's popping... I mean, so, technically speaking, Phil would ignore these kind of members' messages because they're standard members and they didn't pay for the memberships usually. That's Phil's logic. But of course, you can bet your bottom dollar Phil probably still will respond to Derek because he has that strange sort of relationship with Derek where he's like, oh, I must fucking make sure I do what he fucking wants. Yeah, but I just can't afford to check that out because I've seen Derek's fucking member message pop up. Saturday we didn't get a full house, we had 2 free spaces because of burps and 100 likes. We had no free space for the snorts today, very strange. So I think I'll tick these 2.
Burger. 5 in a row, that's concerning.
There we go, so I'll tick those 2 squares. It left us though 5 short, sadly we couldn't get the full house today. It is what it is, nothing we can do, bugged bingo mechanics and all that jazz. I'm going to wrap things up there I think, guys, but yeah, cheers, thank you very much for joining me for some bingo antics tonight. We didn't get the full house today, but hopefully we can start off the week tomorrow, Monday, with a full house. I guess we'll have to wait and see then. But yeah, guys, hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you end up doing. And yeah, I'm going to end how it always ends by playing Notorious PIG contributions made by the extremely talented Pixar Animations. So yeah, I do hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you end up doing, and yeah, I'll catch you all on Monday, but until then, have a good one. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Free.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, and it's gone, just gone like that.